primary care physicians, the Radcliffe Martin Law Firm, the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes, Target Safety Solutions, NovaCare Rehabilitation with offices in Uniontown and Masontown, First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, Watson Mundorf LLP, State Farm Agent Lauren Yeoman, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute and physical therapist Jim Burns, Uniontown Detailing, Shop and Save, Walnut Hill Plaza, Uniontown, the Catholic War Veterans, Post 1669 in Hopwood, Ford of Uniontown, Stewart Collision, Casey Sports Cafe, Movement Physiotherapy, Ted Silva and Son Body and Fender Repair, Potter's Bar and Grill, Montgomery Medical, the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory, and by Mike Kelly, Toyota of Uniontown. Now,
from Landman Field here at Laurel Highlands High School, it's time for high school baseball action on WMBS, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and YouTube Live as the Laurel Highlands Mustangs at 0-2 take on the 1-1 Connellsville Falcons. Brian Morozak alongside Tony Hanula, Carl Childs behind the camera on our YouTube Live video feed, and TJ DeStefano back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law studios. Our pregame show being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They'll get you ready for the game. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. Our live video stream courtesy of Mike Kelly, Toyota of Uniontown. And Tony, Laurel Highlands off to an 0-2 start. The Mustangs played two pretty good opponents from West Virginia over the weekend, falling to Morgantown High on Friday, 12-2. University High on Saturday by an identical 12-2 score. Both games played at Milan Park in Morgantown.
Well, yeah, and the thing of it is, Brian, you're looking at early in the season, cold weather, things like that. Normally your hitting is the last thing to come along, and that's kind of where the Mustangs have been, only batting 171 in those first two games with 18 strikeouts. So really just trying to get the bats going and just trying to see what's happening, and hopefully they can do that today against Connellsville.
Connellsville 1-1. The Falcons fell to Greater Latrobe last Wednesday, 6-2. Shut out Connellsville 4-0 on Friday. They were a playoff team a year ago, knocked off Penn Trafford in the first round of the 5A playoffs 2-1 before losing to Shaler in the quarterfinals 6-1, and they look pretty solid again this season.
Well, and they do look pretty solid. Actually played two tough teams early on to start in Greater Latrobe and Belle Vernon, and hung with them early, but gave up some runs later on in the game, and had a fantastic game against Albert Gallatin the other day to pick up a win, and they're at 1-2 and looking ready to play here today.
Coming into the school year, of course, the Mustangs are counting on Noah Lyon to be their ace pitcher this year. Unfortunately, Noah suffered a shoulder injury during the second football game of the season. He will be the Mustangs starting shortstop all season, but according to the head coach of the Mustangs, Mike Smith, will not pitch, which certainly hurts the pitching depth.
Well, exactly right, and that's the whole thing with the pitching depth. You know, when you get high school and you're playing back-to-back games against section opponents, it's pretty tough. You need a lot of pitching, especially in this season. You know, you get some rainouts and things like that and have to have some makeup games, so it's one of those things where you better have a deep pitching staff to go far in the WPIAL.
These two schools last played exactly 1 year ago today. The Falcons down the Mustangs 9-5 at Connellsville High School, in which was a pretty competitive game. We hope for the same here this afternoon. And we'll talk to the head coach of the Mustangs, Mike Smith, when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this.
The best pizza in town is at Little E's El Ultra, Uniontown's newest restaurant, with all the organic crust, classical gluten-free, all organic sauces, all natural meats and toppings, and a variety of specialty pizzas, including vegan options. More than pizza, Little E's has hearty homemade soups, appetizers, calzones, and strombolis, plus a variety of salads with vegan and gluten-free options, and new 15-inch big hoagies. Open Wednesday and Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday until 9:30. Phone 724-880-6012 or stop in a Little East, 7 West South Street, across from the parking garage.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas. Open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
This is attorney Michael Mays of the Davis & Davis Law Firm. We have been helping injured people just like you recover millions of dollars for over 45 years. If you're hurt or injured, I want to meet you and make sure you get the money that you deserve. Call me at 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. The Davis & Davis Law Firm has been protecting our neighbors in Greene and Fayette counties for over 45 years. Go to davisanddavislaw.com or call 724-437-2799 for your free consultation.
Ready to update your home? Find what you need at Zen's Construction Warehouse. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you the old-fashioned way. Zen's is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2. 485 Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse, 724-366-8274. Or visit Zen's Construction Warehouse's Facebook page.
Zen's Construction Warehouse, our surplus, your savings.
Amidar Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amidar Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about Amidar Transit, call them 724-439-3164, 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. High school baseball, Laurel Highlands hosting Connellsville, being joined by Laurel Highlands head coach Mike Smith. And Mike, last year certainly a rebuilding year, trying to get back into the WPIAL playoffs this year.
Yeah, definitely. That's the goal every year. We do last year coming in. It was a rebuild, but I always hated to say that to the kids because, you know, you go in with a goal that you want to be the best you can be for that year. And hard to believe, last year was a rebuild, and this year we're actually younger than we were last year. So yeah, that's why I don't like to use the word rebuild. But, yes, in a sense, I guess you could say we're rebuilding.
You guys opened up with two pretty tough opponents against Morgantown, West Virginia, and University High this past weekend, playing a couple of games down at Milan Park, and had to be a pretty good experience for the kids to play down there against some top-level competition.
Yes, we did. And honestly, Brian, that's why I schedule those games early. I know we're going to play them because of the facility that they have with the turf. And honestly, I know those teams are top-notch. Those teams here in PA are 6A teams. And I want to show our kids, hey, listen, that's the expectation that we have, and we want to play that quality of baseball. And to be honest, you know, the score doesn't reflect how we actually play. I thought we played really well for the first 5 innings on both games. We hung right with them. But, you know, and I'm not going to use this as an excuse, but when you play a team, Morgantown has probably 1,900 students in their school, and we have 840, right around a little bit over 800, close to 900. And University has about 1,700 kids. So, you know, in that 5th inning, when I'm bringing in a freshman pitcher, they're bringing in just another senior or junior. So it's a little easier for them to just kind of reload in the next inning when we're trying to bring a pitcher up and teach him along the way. So, like I said, no excuses, but I thought we did, you know, we played really well. We made some young mistakes, and that's on us as the coaching staff to coach those kids up and you know, try to work those mistakes out before we get into section play.
And speaking of pitching, Noah Lyon was expected to be one of your aces coming into the season. Obviously had that football injury back in the fall. How is he progressing?
You know, he was, you know, obviously coming out of last year, he had a great summer with Legion. We knew that he was going to be our number one. You know, things happen. He enjoys the game of football. He got hurt, and he's just not the same. He wouldn't have been the same on the mound. And me as a coach, I'm never, ever going to put a kid's health in front of winning a high school baseball game. And, you know, if we put him on the mound, there's a chance that he could get hurt worse. And I would, like I said, I would never do that to a young man because this is more about life than it is about the here and now and winning a baseball game. But he has improved so much at shortstop. He's the anchor of our infield. So I have, you know, I have no worries when that ball's on the ground, hit the short, because he's playing at a very high level at short. And once his bat comes around, I think he's going to, you know, be the leader of our team with him and Sevy.
Well, Connellsville coming up on Wednesday, certainly another tough opponent. They've been strong the last couple of years. You'll have them on your home field here before you get ready for conference play next week.
Right. And once again, I love to schedule those bigger schools. In the beginning of the season, Robbie, he does a tremendous job with Connellsville. They're always a tough opponent. And once again, I need our players to step up to that challenge, and that's what we want. We want them to play higher level baseball to a point where, when once we get into our section, they know the expectation that we all expect.
Smitty, appreciate it as always. We'll see you out there against Connellsville coming up on Wednesday.
Yes, sir, Brad. Thanks a lot.
That's Laurel Highlands head coach Mike Smith. The Mustangs taking on the Connellsville Falcons. High school baseball here on WMBS. We'll set the batting lineup for Connellsville and the defense for Laurel Highlands when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or,
Hi, come on in. How are you?
for personal, professional health care you can trust, see Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozak, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris. Proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hardley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org. Or
Serving number 3,944.
I'm attorney Bill Martin, partner at Radcliffe Martin Law. If you were injured in an accident, don't know where to turn, and want to know what your rights are, we'd be happy to meet with you. We're local and have helped hundreds of people here in Fayette County recover in accident cases. Most importantly, we pride ourselves on being able to locate coverage or find claims that other attorneys may have missed. Call us about your case at 724-439-3939. Radcliffe Martin Law, your local injury attorney.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Brian Morozak, Tony and Noah back here at Landman Field, Laurel Highlands High School. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Connellsville Falcons. Connellsville coming to bat here in the top half of the first inning. Here's Tony with our lineup.
All right, thanks, Brian. For the Connellsville Falcons today, leading off will be the pitcher, Chris Johnson. Batting second will be shortstop Xander Newmeyer. Batting third will be Lincoln Keller, the center fielder. In the cleanup spot will be the DH, Graydon Hodge. Batting fifth will be second baseman Noah Zawislin. Batting sixth will be the left fielder, Jaden Mickens. Batting seventh, third baseman, Caden Matthews. Batting eighth will be first baseman, Keegan Lott. And catching and batting ninth will be Gino Farrell. And the DH will be for the right fielder, Rocco Farrell today.
And defensively for Laurel Highlands, Tony, do you have that info as well?
I do. On the other side for Laurel Highlands, defensively from left to right will be left field will be Cade Censure. Center field will be Aiden Milsom. Right field will be Jack Johns. Around the horn in the infield, third base will be Andrew Irwin. Shortstop, Noah Lyon. Second base will be Andrew Galick. First base is Sevi Vecchiola. Behind the plate will be Braylon Shoke. And pitching today will be Nick Crouch for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs.
And Tony Crouch, a season ago, appeared in 5 games for the Mustangs pitching, worked only 4 innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned, struck out 3, walked 2, 28 strikeouts. Actually, that has to be wrong there if it was only 4 innings of work to 11 walks. So we'll have to double-check some of those numbers from a year ago, but nonetheless, Crouch on the mound for the Mustangs here today against the Connellsville Falcons. Laurel Highlands in the home whites, blue numbers, and red trim. Connellsville, first time I've seen them wearing the Carolina blue shirts there, Tony. Usually the dark blue with gray pants and a little bit of dark blue trim, but certainly a different uniform combination there for the Falcons.
I like the powder blue as well. It looks good over there. I like the new uniforms. So Connellsville looks like they're ready to rock and roll.
Again, Laurel Highlands entering 0-2, Connellsville 1-1. The Mustangs a season ago went 3-13, 2-10 in conference play. Their only 2 wins came over Uniontown. Connellsville went 14-6 overall, 6-4 in conference play, advanced to the WPIAL quarterfinals, knocking off Penn Trafford in the first round before losing to Shaler in the quarterfinal round of the playoffs. And Rob Orndorff seems like he has a pretty good squad again this year. And they face pretty good competition, game in and game out, playing in a very tough section, Section 4 and 5A.
Oh, an extremely tough section. And we mentioned it, too. The first 2 games this year, non-conference, were actually Bell Vernon and Greater Latrobe, and then they played Albert Gallatin. So really he's trying to load these guys up early on to get them used to playing good competition.
Now, Connellsville tied for 3rd place in their conference last year with Montour. Both of those teams 6-4. Thomas Jefferson won that section at 9-1. Baldwin finished at 7-3. So you had TJ Baldwin, Connellsville, and Montour all advanced to the WPIAL playoffs out of that section. Laurel Highlands in Section 2 and 4A finished in 6th place among 7 teams. Elizabeth Ford and West Mifflin tied for the conference at 10-2. Bell Vernon got into the playoffs at 9-3, and Ringgold also advanced at 7-5. In fact, the 3 teams that didn't qualify for the postseason, Tony, all out of Fayette County. Albert Gallatin at 4-8, Laurel Highlands at 2-10, and Uniontown at 0-12.
Yeah, it was a tough baseball season last year for Fayette County, no doubt. And one note for Connellsville, they actually won their last 5 regular season games, and as you mentioned, finished 3rd. Actually won their first playoff game against Penn Trafford, lost to a really good Shaler team in the quarterfinals, but they came on strong towards the end and started playing really good baseball.
The team's still going over the ground rules right now. The 2 captains out for the Mustangs, number 7, Noah Lyon, and Graydon Hodge, number 9, for the Connellsville Falcons, along with the 2 managers here today. Again, Mike Smith in his 2nd year for the Mustangs, and Rob Orndorff for the Connellsville Falcons. Have a busy week next week. Tony, unfortunately for us, we won't be on the call of any of the games. TJ DeStefano and Nick Barczyk will have all 3 of our broadcasts for you next week. Monday softball on the WMBS YouTube page. Elizabeth Ford at Laurel Highlands, and the 2 same schools meet for baseball here next Tuesday. That game both on the radio and on YouTube at 4 o'clock. Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show on the air at 3:40. Then more softball week from tomorrow on April the 2nd. West Mifflin at Laurel Highlands on the WMBS YouTube page at 4 o'clock. Again with TJ DeStefano and Nick Barczyk. Carl Childs behind the camera for all 3. And Tony, the next game we'll work together on April the 7th. Turkeyfoot Valley taking on Geibel over at Wild Things Field, a 7:30 start on the WMBS YouTube page.
Yeah, get to go over to Wild Things Park and see what Geibel has this year. Actually, they've played a couple nice games so far early on. And same thing, you got to wonder how much pitching they have as well. But, one of those things, everybody enjoys playing over at the Wild Things Stadium. We'll be there to cover it.
A great opportunity. Geibel playing as an independent this year, just their 2nd year back, bringing their baseball program back to the WPIAL, but they'll have a conference schedule next year. And, of course, Turkeyfoot Valley out of District 5, always a competitive program.
Yeah, and like I said, both schools will enjoy playing down there. It's one of those things where, and especially early on, we may run into a little cold weather down there, but, it's at the point where they've already been in a season for about 3 weeks, so should be used to it and ready to play.
It was pretty chilly yesterday. We had the Laurel Highlands softball victory over Ringgold for you on the WMBS YouTube page. The Lady Mustangs winning by 6-3 score. They're actually hosting Oakland Catholic today, just up to our right. So we wish them the best of luck this afternoon. But it was chilly. Temperatures didn't get out of the 40s yesterday, but game time temperature here approaching 70 degrees under cloudy skies. Pretty comfortable for the Mustangs and the Falcons here this afternoon.
Yeah, real comfortable, actually. And, there's been times when we've sat up here and the wind's blowing and it's howling and about 30, 40 degrees. And that's tough conditions to play baseball in, but a really good day for the game here today.
Actually, some conference games already getting underway. In fact, we saw section games. Laurel Highlands, the only team out of their conference not playing section action this week, having their bye very early on in the season. But locally, Brownsville at home hosting Waynesburg this afternoon. That's a Section 4 3A matchup. And down in Single A, Jefferson Morgan at Greensburg Central Catholic, and also West Green taking on Avella. And we're going to get another change here on the Laurel Highlands side. They had... Oh, okay, Jason just telling me they're almost ready. I thought we were going to have another lineup change down there. They did have a little bit of a lineup change for us about 15 minutes ago, but the Mustangs seem like they're ready to go, and we'll take a quick timeout and be back with the first pitch, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Connellsville Falcons high school baseball here on the WMBS YouTube page and on the radio as well here on WMBS.
Connellsville Falcons.
NovaCare Rehabilitation in Uniontown is accessible for all of your recovery needs. New at NovaCare is pelvic floor physical therapy, a specialized program to treat patients with pelvic floor dysfunction related to bladder, bowel, sexual function, and pregnancy postpartum. These issues can affect both women and men and include urinary frequency, urgency and incontinence, pelvic pain, constipation, IBS, menopause, painful periods, and more. Call 724-437-0556 for an appointment in Uniontown. Personalize your care with NovaCare.
Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, Connellsville Falcons, and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it to not only be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724-626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim. Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman is your go-to agent in Uniontown for the service you deserve at the price you want. So try to combine home and auto today. State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 724-592-6308 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are proud residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and more. Experienced therapists providing quality rehabilitation close to home. Convenient hours, accessible location, all major insurances accepted. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access. 724-437-7500.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valets. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Prime Rozak, Tony Anola back here at Landman Field, Laurel Highlands High School, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Connellsville Falcons. Third game of the season for both of these two schools. And Tony, it wouldn't surprise me if we see a lot of lineup shifting throughout the course of the afternoon, with this being a non-conference game. Again, conference play opening up for both schools next week. The Mustangs will travel to Elizabeth Forward coming up on Monday. They have a brand new baseball complex actually in their second year. And, of course, the Mustangs will host the Warriors coming up on Tuesday, weather permitting. And for Connellsville, they'll have a conference series against Montour. They'll host the Spartans coming up on Monday and travel to the Burkett Complex on Tuesday to take on Montour. And it seems like year in and year out, Montour always has a solid baseball program as well.
Montour, one of the best programs in the WPIAL. You're right, year in and year out, and they always play well. And, you know, it's interesting because Connellsville, they've got a little bit of a ride for most of their away games, which, you know, a little bit tough for them, but a little bit different for Laurel Highlands. I mean, but you know, when you start talking about going to Burkett Field and things like that, you got about an hour ride. Tough times for that. So,
if you go back, Tony, about 10, 11 years ago, remember the Mustangs actually were in a Western Conference like that and had Montour and West Allegheny
I do.
Their conference for a 2-year period. Might have even been when your son was playing.
You know what? No, when he was playing, they had Norwin at the time.
Oh, that's right.
Latrobe. They were in Hempfield. They had teams like that whenever he was playing. But I do remember that. That was actually probably about 3 or 4 years before that when they were playing in that section. But that's a tough section too. I remember whenever they were playing Indiana at the time too, and that was a nice long ride.
Yeah, we did a couple of games up there, and of course, the complex they have had some of the seats from the old Three River Stadium in it.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Number 1.
And they've always got a good team too. Well, WPIAL champs last year.
So Chris Johnson will lead things off here for the Connellsville Falcons. No varsity at-bats last year. Batting .286 on this young season this year, facing Nick Crouch. And the first pitch from Crouch to Johnson is just off the plate for ball 1 against Johnson, Newmeyer, and Keller for Connellsville here in the top half of the first inning.
Yeah, that pitch really didn't miss by much. A little off-speed pitch for Nick Crouch to start the game.
Now Crouch is 1-0. Fastball catches the inside corner for a strike to even up the count at 1-1.
And you got to wonder, too, as you mentioned, Brian, not being a section game, how long do they let Nick Crouch throw? Or is he going to throw, a certain pitch limit or exactly to see what they have? But, I have a feeling, too, we're going to see some more arms than just him today in this game as Coach Smith tries to figure out what he's got going forward.
Johnson fouled off the last pitch to the count at 1-2. Told they're having some scoreboard issues here at Laurel Highlands High School as well, so the scoreboard not on here at Landman Field this afternoon. 1-2 pitch on the way, and that ball hit on a line into center field. A little one-hop there in front of Aiden Milsom, who brings the relay in. But a leadoff single for Chris Johnson and the Connellsville Falcons. And Connellsville in business here, Tony, to start the game.
Well, and Milsom really wasn't playing that deep, but it was just a perfectly placed ball by Johnson to pick up his first hit and start the rally for, well, hopefully not a rally for Connellsville, but start the inning off for Connellsville.
Xander Newmeyer now at the plate, also batting from the right side. Quick throw over to first. Head first slide back in safely there for Chris Johnson. And like Johnson, Newmeyer, no varsity at-bats a season ago. Sophomore shortstop was gotten off to a nice start this year, batting .333. And another check of the runner over at first. And Johnson back safely again.
Yeah, and you got some guys who started out pretty well here for Connellsville. You got the DH at Hodge at .571 already, 4 for 7 on the year. Jaden Mickens, 3 for 7, hitting .429 early on. So some early hitting by Connellsville so far in the season.
Crouch's first pitch into Newmeyer. Fastball missed inside. Count at 1-0. And the Mustangs losing by identical 12-2 scores Friday and Saturday down at the Milan Park Complex in Morgantown to both Morgantown High and University High. And that pitch in there for a strike. Solid fastball from Nick Crouch.
I know I'm searching. You can tell it's the first game of the year. I'm searching for my pitch counter here, Brian.
I have one if you need it. I have an extra one there in the bag.
Yeah, I was going to do it, but one of those things I can't track it down. Still in basketball mode.
Yes.
I guess.
I don't think you're going to need it much, though, this afternoon. I think we're going to see multiple pitchers on both sides with this being a non-conference game as they try to get the arms warmed up a little bit for next week. A couple more throws over to first. They're very concerned about Chris Johnson.
Well, you're the boss. I won't worry about it.
No.
Okay.
I think you're good to go there, Tony.
I got reprieve.
Yes. So Crouch ready for the next pitch there. That's nubbed down the third base line by Newmeyer and just goes foul. So Newmeyer, 2 strikes on him.
Well, good job by the freshman, Irwin, to hurry up and get it before it had a chance to come back into fair territory. He's getting a start here at third base today, so good to see him getting a shot. We've seen him out at the Hark League before. Pretty nice-looking little ball player.
I think he found out about 3:45 he was going to start here this afternoon.
Yeah, that keeps the butterflies away. You can't get nervous at that point in time.
Now Crouch with the 2-strike pitch here to Newmeyer. Fastball punched out for strike 3. So Crouch brings the heat, sends down Newmeyer for the first out of this top half of the first inning, and that'll bring up Lincoln Keller. The junior center fielder batted .192 last year with 10 RBIs, 1 for 4 so far this season.
Yeah, caught Newmeyer looking on a really nice pitch by Nick Crouch to catch the outside corner.
Now the first pitch here to Keller, breaking ball, misses low and outside. Count at 1-0. Behind Keller in the lineup is Graydon Hodge, you mentioned, is off to a hot start this season, batting .571.
Yeah, you can't do much more than that. It's 4 for 7 so far in the first 3 games.
1-0 pitch, fastball. This ball popped up in the infield here on the near side. And it'll be Sevi Vecchiola getting under it to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Vecchiola making that grab in foul territory. And just like that, we have 2 away here in a scoreless game in the top of the first.
Yeah, fortunately that ball did not tail like it would normally down the right field line and stayed in for Sevi to make the catch at first and pick up the second out of the inning for the Mustangs.
And not much wind out there this afternoon either.
Not at all.
Very comfortable. Another throw over to first. Johnson back again. I think Johnson getting a little frustrated over there as Crouch has made 5 throws now over to first. Now you have Graydon Hodge at the plate, the junior DH. As Tony said, batting .571 and now throws 6 over to first. And once again, Johnson back safe. I'd like to see some of those limits on those throws over to first here in the high school game like we've seen in the majors over the last couple of years.
I totally agree. I think that's what really slows the game down.
Well, Johnson said, hey, I'm going to run. The pitch is in there for a strike and no throw down to second. So after all of that, Johnson, with no throw, gets into second base.
Well, and he really didn't have that big of a lead, but just picked the right time to make the jump and steal that base easily without even drawing a throw.
So an 0-1 count now to Graydon Hodge. Now a throw back to second. Almost hit Johnson, ends up hopping away, but picked up there by Andrew Gallick, who'll put it back into the hands of Nick Crouch. And we'll get things going here once again.
Yeah, only the second stolen base so far for Connellsville this year. So really not a whole lot of running in those first 3 games.
Now the 0-1 pitch on the way, a breaking ball in there for a strike again, just like that. 0-2 from Nick Crouch to Graydon Hodge here in the top half of the first inning. Hodge hit .231 a season ago, the home run and 12 RBIs. Has good size as well for the Falcons. 0-2 pitch from Crouch, low and outside, hops away from the catcher Braylon Shoke, and then will allow Johnson to get down to third.
Yeah,
count now 1-2.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Not a lot of room behind the home plate here at Laurel Highlands, so I know he rounded the base pretty good there at third, but really no chance to score there. And now Crouch is going to have to make a good pitch to try to get out of the inning.
Count 1-2, and the 1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball ripped fair down the third base line into left field. Cage Censure with the relay in, but it's an RBI single for Graydon Hodge, and Connellsville taking a 1-0 lead over Laurel Highlands here in the top half of the first inning.
Well, and it's one of those things, you know what, steal second, get on third, and good job of hitting there by Graydon Hodge. He was in the hole there with 2 strikes, but nice job to drive that over the third baseman's head and pick up an RBI.
Crouch, another throw over to first now, checking Graydon Hodge. Noah Zawislin, the 5th Falcon to bat here in the top half of the first inning. Junior second baseman coming to the plate. Batted .342 last year at 7 RBIs, but 0 for 5 so far this year, and takes the first pitch from Nick Crouch for strike 1.
Yeah, second RBI of the year as well for Graydon Hodge. And doing a nice job in the cleanup spot now. 5 for 8 on the season.
Here's Crouch taking his time. 0-1 pitch, another fastball, swing and a miss. And now 2 strikes on Noah Zawislin, a junior second baseman.
Crouch. He's gotten ahead of all the hitters so far.
Yes.
Done a really nice job that way.
0-2 pitch, brings the heat again. That one fouled back. Have to say hello to our buddy Ed Walensky from Sandy Howe Notary Services. He said, good to hear Mr. Tony back on the broadcast today, and wishes all Fayette County teams the best of luck this season. Well, everybody loves you, Tony.
Don't get Godspeed, Brian.
The unofficial mayor of Hopwood. Some of those photos circulated about a month ago with you in front of the mayor's office down there, Tony. They were quite popular on social media.
Yeah, my campaign photos.
Yes, getting ready for the spring primary. Breaking ball there, just misses high. Luckily for us, it's not a true election. We have to take you off the air 45 days before the primary.
Well, You know, the good part is, though, I've listened to a lot of your coverage, and I know you and Nick will always said I win by a landslide whenever it's time to go through everything. So
there's another fastball fouled off. I know at least one of our colleagues, Arnie Amber, was a bit upset when we proclaimed you the mayor of Hopwood, taking his title that he held for so many years.
Yeah, but Arnie had that for a long time.
Yes.
We just need a little.
It's your time.
Yeah, a little new blood.
Yeah, new blood in there to shake things up in Hopwood.
That's it.
Here's Crouch again, trying to finish off Wislin with Hodge on first, and a run already across, and a breaking pitch, little one-hopper. Good block there from Shoke. Back to the first base bag goes Hodge.
Excellent block by Shoke. That actually saved a base. He did a really nice job of getting the body out there and getting in front of that pitch because it probably only went about 58 feet instead of 60.
Crouch, another glance over his shoulder, makes another throw over to first. We have 2 outs here in the top of the first. Connellsville on an RBI single from Graydon Hodge, scoring Chris Johnson the difference here early. And now Crouch with a fastball that just missed low.
Didn't miss by much. Good pitch.
I think we're at 2-2 now on the count. Are we full?
I think it's 2-2 as well, but that's a tough pitch to take by Wislin. I mean, that was a pretty good looking, but obviously it was low, and I agree with the umpire's call, but that's just tough to take as a hitter.
Runner going here. Fastball misses inside for ball 4.
Yep.
So Connellsville gets another base runner, Noah Wislin, and they'll have runners on first and second with one already across, and Jaden Mickens coming to the plate. Mickens, the senior left fielder. Seen a lot of him playing football and basketball as well over the years.
Now Mickens, again, we said off to a good start too. 3 for 7 on the year so far. Hitting .429 coming in with the runners in scoring position.
Fouls off the first pitch here from Crouch. Count 0-1. Mickens a season ago batted .245 with 5 RBIs. He's been a mainstay in the Falcons lineup over the last couple of seasons. 0-1 pitch here and for a strike just like that. 2 strikes on Jaden Mickens as Nick Crouch tries to get out of the inning with 2 Falcons on and 2 outs here in the top of the first.
I'd like to see Nick throw a nice breaking pitch on the outside. Get Mickens to chase. Don't come inside on anything here.
And he's set now for the 0-2. It's on the way. A fastball. Mickens rips it right back at Nick. A little underhand toss over to first. It's a Sevi Vecchiola to retire Mickens 1-3 for the 3rd out of this top half of the first inning. That saw the Falcons score the game's first run. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Connellsville 1, Laurel Highlands coming to bat here in the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Introducing Target Safety Solutions Division, LLC. Because Ted Soba and Son Body and Fender Repair is concerned about our local community, Target Safety Solutions was born. Located beside the Ted Soba shop at 94 Atlas Road in Uniontown, Target Safety Solutions specializes in vehicle calibration after a vehicle is involved in a collision. Target Safety Solutions can perform vehicle alignment, state inspections, minor mechanical repairs, including brakes and suspension work, as well as tire replacement, and also inspects trailers up to 10,000 pounds. Their alignment machine can accommodate lowered vehicles, dually trucks, and box trucks. Vehicles are now made with many safety features to keep their occupants safe. That's why Target Safety Solutions originated. Their state-of-the-art facility is open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. They are currently taking new customers and accepting commercial and fleet accounts as well. Nick Patricelli and Mike Thomas are ready to provide you with fast, friendly, professional service. Call Nick at Target Safety Solutions, 724-550-4403.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering UPA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas, open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
Brian Morozak, Tony Anola back here at Landman Field, Laurel Highlands High School. The Mustangs trailing the Connellsville Falcons 1-0, but Laurel Highlands coming to bat. Here's Tony with their lineup.
All right, for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, leading off will be center fielder Aiden Milsom. He'll be followed in a 2 spot by shortstop Noah Lyon. Batting third will be first baseman Sevi Vecchiola. In the cleanup spot today will be DH Ramari Morgan. Batting fifth will be left fielder Cage Sencher. Batting 6th, second baseman Andrew Galick. Batting 7th, the catcher, Brylan Shoke. Batting 8th will be third baseman Andrew Irwin. And batting in the 9th spot will be the pitcher, Nick Crouch.
How about the defense for Connellsville?
Defense for Connellsville. Left field will be Jaden Mickens. Center will be Lincoln Keller. And in right field will be Rocco Farrell. On the infield, third baseman Caden Matthews. Shortstop Xander Newmeyer. Second baseman will be Noah Zawislin. And at first base will be Keegan Lott. Behind the dish will be Gino Farrell. And on the hill will be the leadoff hitter, Chris Johnson, who scored the first run for the Falcons.
It'll be Aiden Milsom leading things off here for Laurel Highlands. The junior center fielder batted .200 a season ago with 3 RBIs, 2 for 6 so far this season. The first pitch from Chris Johnson misses for ball 1.
Yeah, the Mustangs really not a whole lot of hits in those first 2 games, only 7 hits. And you had Centure with 3 of those and Milsom with 2.
This ball hit high in the air to left center field, and it will be the left fielder, Jaden Mickens, making the grab, getting under it for the first out of the inning. So 1 up, 1 down here for the Mustangs with Noah Lyon coming to bat. Again, Lyon will pretty much be a mainstay playing shortstop for Laurel Highlands this year. Mustang head coach Mike Smith told us during the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show he doesn't anticipate Lyon being able to pitch due to that football injury he sustained against Ambridge in week 2 of the high school football season. And Lyon takes the first pitch here from Chris Johnson high for ball 1.
You know, and that was one of those injuries. We didn't really think it was much, but obviously it's a lot more than what we thought. He missed being quarterback for the rest of the football season, and then now having to play short, not being able to pitch. So really something that he might even have to get taken care of. Who knows?
The 1-0 from Johnson missed low. Count now 2-0 to Noah Lyon. Lyon batted .267 last year with 6 RBIs, 0 for 3 at the plate so far this year. 2-0 pitch misses high and inside. 3-0 now from Chris Johnson to Noah Lyon. Have to say hello to my dad, Mike Morozak, watching the broadcast here this afternoon.
Say hi to Mr. Morozak.
Yeah. Bet you haven't seen my dad around in a while.
I haven't seen him for a while, is right.
Breaking ball in there for a strike, taking it to 3-1.
Always enjoy talking to your dad.
Yes. Try to get him out to one of the games here soon.
Yeah, it'd be good to see him. Bring him up in the press box.
3-1 pitch. Misses high and inside, and the Mustangs with a base runner as Noah Lyon walks with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. And Brian Morozak alongside Tony Hanula. Carl Childs behind the camera in our YouTube Live video feed. And right now we have Bill Madden back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studio. Shift change back at Radio Central. Mr. Madden coming in for TJ. Of course, Nick was on the morning the last couple of days. Matt Sapienza back tomorrow. And Chris Johnson now facing Sevi Vecchiola. First pitch, fastball misses outside for ball 1. And what a season Sevi had last year at the plate, Tony. A .425 average, 4 home runs, and 10 RBIs.
Yeah, he had a huge year last year, and that's the thing right now. Just having a little bit of trouble getting started. 0 for 5 on the season, but don't worry, he'll pick it up. There's no doubt about it. He's too good of a player not to.
Johnson checking Lyon. Head first slide. Actually ended up being pretty close over here at first, but no able to get back safely.
Our buddy Dan Butler on the call. He's one of the umpires. I couldn't see who the umpire behind the plate is today.
Next pitch there to Sevi. Misses high and inside. 2-0 count now from Chris Johnson to Sevi Vecchiola. Sevi playing first base today. He'll share some catching duties throughout the course of the season as well with Braylon Shoke as they check Lyon again over at first.
Pretty little deceptive move there by Johnson to try to catch Noah Lyon sleeping, so better pay attention here.
Johnson seems to be in the groove. Lyon going. Pitch on the way in for a strike. Throw down to second. Lyon in safely. Good little backup there from Zawislin behind Newmeyer on the coverage. And actually, it was Newmeyer behind Zawislin on the coverage.
Yeah, and it's fortunate, too, because that ball would have went into center field. And you got the center fielder out there, Lincoln Keller, playing pretty deep right now for Vecchiola. So I have a feeling that Noah Lyon might even have had a chance to score if it would have went there.
Count now 2-1. Johnson breaking ball to Vecchiola, missed low and outside, evens things up at 2-2. Of course, Vecchiola, member of the Laurel Highlands basketball team. Look, half the team was out at the softball game yesterday, Tony, supporting the Lady Mustangs, who are back in action again today, hosting Oakland Catholic.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yes. 2-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Check that. It was 3-1, so now we're full of 3-2.
Yeah, Sevi just swinging a little bit over top of that pitch.
So now we're full of 3-2. Johnson to Vecchiola. Fastball, swing, and a miss, and now that'll do it as Vecchiola goes down for the second out of the inning. And again, we don't have the advantage of having the scoreboard working here today, Tony.
Yeah, so now we
really
have to
Yeah,
work.
we do a little more work up here for sure. And a Mustang freshman now coming to the plate, Ramari Morgan, batting from the left side. Morgan swings to the first, pitch grounder over to first, and Keegan Lott will make the play, 3 unassisted for the final out of the innings. The Mustangs end up stranding Noah Lyon, come up empty here in the bottom of the first, led to the top of the second, with Connellsville leading Laurel Highlands 1-0 here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car and drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowls Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowlsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Caden Matthews leading off the top half of the second inning here for Connellsville. Takes the first pitch outside for ball one against Nick Crouch. And now Crouch set to go with the 1-0. Fastball again in the dirt. And the count 2-0. Hitters 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Falcons here in the top of the second. Matthews, Keegan Lott, and Gino Farrell.
And Crouch working his second inning here. Doing a pretty nice job for the Mustangs so far. 6
Falcons came to the plate in the top of the first. Scored only 1 run. There's a swing and a miss off the 2-0 from Matthews. Count now 2-1. Matthews a season ago, no varsity at-bats, batting .286 so far this year on the young season. Senior third baseman for the Falcons. And the 2-1, a little nubber going to Gallick at second. Throw over to first in time to Savvy Vecchiola to retire Matthews 4-3 for the first out of this top half of the second inning.
And nice play there by Gallick. That ball had a little spin on it, and he was fortunate enough to keep it in his glove. Was showing a lot of white there, but made a nice play to keep it in front of him and get the first out of the inning.
Again, have to thank our live video stream sponsor today as well, Mike Kelly Toyota of Uniontown. Will be one of our anchor sponsors for Mustang baseball games this season. Keegan Lott now at the plate. Fastball from Crouch misses outside for ball one. Lott, a sophomore first baseman, and has an identical average to what he had last year, Tony. Last year, 167 with 3 RBIs. So far this year, 167 with 2 RBIs, but not bad, though. 2 ribbies through 2 games, and gets a hit here, sending it into left field.
Well, there you go. You talked him up, and guess what? Now all of a sudden he brought that average up over 167, and now he's the fourth base runner for the Connellsville Falcons here today.
Falcons 3 hits. Johnson, who scored the game's first run. Hodge, who drove in Johnson. And now Keegan Lott all with hits. Noah's a whistle and walk back in the first inning as well, as they'll quickly check Keegan Lott here with Gino Farrell at the plate.
Yeah, the Mustangs really trying to keep everybody close and really don't have a big lead here. Lott, you know, maybe a couple steps that you can get him a little bit closer, but still doesn't look like he's ready to take off anytime soon.
Farrell, a big cut there, came up empty. He was 0 for 1 at the plate. Just 1 varsity at-bat a season ago, 0 for 4 so far this year. Senior catcher.
Crouch working from the stretch.
A 1 pitch on the way, breaking ball. Farrell held off, and the pitch misses low and outside, even up the count at 1-1. Got the grass looking pretty good here, Tony, early on in the season in the outfield.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the field looks pretty nice. I mean, they've done a nice job on the infield. You can tell it was drug and pretty much covered over the winter, I'm sure.
1-1 pitch, fastball missed inside.
Yeah, this field's come a long way. There's no doubt about that. We've been up here when it's been a little shaky, but really they've done a nice job over the years.
Crouch is the next pitch to Farrell, high and inside. You don't want to mess around too much against the number 9 hitter in the lineup, especially with Chris Johnson in the top of the order due up next.
Well, and plus they're going to be able to put a courtesy runner in. I mean,
you're correct.
Farrell's going to get on as a catcher. They're going to be able to courtesy run, so they're going to put speed on the base paths. And then you get the top of the order up here with Johnson waiting on deck.
That's the situation. I think you want to throw some strikes and let Farrell beat you at the plate if he can. Fastball here right down the pipe. Good pitch from Nick Crouch. That'll put us full at 3-2.
Yeah, and here's a pitch here. He's got to get the first out of this inning. And as the at-bat has gone on, Lott's got a little bigger lead here.
Now the payoff pitch on the way. Fastball at the knees for strike 3. Farrell thought about it, held back, and a great pitch from Nick Crouch sends down Farrell for the second out of this top of the second inning.
Yeah, and the second strikeout, and both of those caught looking as he got Newmeyer in the first inning, and now Farrell looking at the third strike in his at-bat. And that's going to bring up Chris Johnson, who scored a run, singled, stole a couple bases in his first at-bat.
Johnson, plenty of speed as well, takes the first pitch for strike 1 from Nick Crouch. Starting to settle down a bit for the Mustangs on the mound.
Tell you what, he looks good. I like the way he throws. Really doesn't mess around a whole lot. Gets the ball and throws it, and here it is. That was a little bit closer than Lott kind of went back in and just walked in. That was a little bit closer than I thought it was.
This is the only scheduled game for Laurel Highlands this week. Again, they'll have that 2-game series in the conference with Elizabeth Forward next week as that one fouled off by Johnson. Now 2 strikes on the junior pitcher for the Connellsville Falcons.
Well, they're going to see an Elizabeth Forward team who yesterday, wow, what a 1-0 win against Ringgold. And the pitcher, I can't remember what the guy's name was, Krovic or something. He had 17 strikeouts in the game.
Sure, the Mustangs have to deal with him next week as well. It'll one-hopper.
Yeah, you're going to see him one day.
Yeah, you're going to see him one of the two for sure.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Of course, it's been a couple years in now with the way they've kind of redone the high school baseball schedule, playing opponents on back-to-back days in the conference.
Well, they did it because, you got to have enough arms. If you space the games out to where you only play Monday and Wednesday or Monday and Thursday, a lot of times you can use the pitcher that you've used before. You could, if you had 2 good arms.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the difference in it. And you really got to have a lot of pitching in the WPIAL now.
Yeah, I like it as well.
I do too.
Bunches things up. We're even here at 2-2 now. Crouch to Johnson.
Yeah, before, they would spread it out. Maybe you play this team. And here's the thing. You're going to throw your best against the best teams.
Johnson just a foul tip there on the low pitch from Crouch. Will remain 2-2. And 2 outs here in the inning. Connellsville 1-0 lead over Laurel Highlands as we work in the top of the second.
Yeah, and you know what? It's one of those things too, Brian. You're right. And we saw it in the past. You'd see your best pitcher go against somebody, then they would throw against them next week or whoever, and it's just too much of an advantage for teams. Good breaking ball there from Crouch, and down goes Johnson for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Falcons, Strand, and Lott will head to the bottom of the second. Still 1-0. Connellsville over Laurel Highlands here in the C.R. Barada Group High School Sports Day.
This is attorney Michael Mays of the Davis & Davis Law Firm. We have been helping injured people just like you recover millions of dollars for over 45 years. If you're hurt or injured, I want to meet you and make sure you get the money that you deserve. Call me at 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. The Davis & Davis Law Firm has been protecting our neighbors in Greene and Fayette counties for over 45 years. Go to davisanddavislaw.com or call 724-437-2799 for your free consultation.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are proud residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and more. Experienced therapists providing quality rehabilitation close to home. Convenient hours, accessible location, all major insurances accepted. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access. 724-437-7500.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Brian Morozak, Tony Hanola back here at Landman Field. Laurel Highlands High School moving to the bottom of the second inning. The Connellsville Falcons a 1-0 lead over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. The Mustangs with Kate Sencher, Andrew Gallick, and Braylon Shoke coming to bat. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 here in this bottom of the second inning.
Well, Sencher, sophomore, really starting out well. 3 for 4 on the season so far. The leading hitter at 750.
Johnson brings the heat right down the pipe as Sencher backs off. And a count 0-1. Last year, Sencher batted .250 with 2 RBIs. Saw a lot of time as a freshman. Takes another pitch here.
Well, that's the thing. This Mustangs roster only has 3 seniors. And that's Lyon, Becchiola, and Jack Johns. So really a lot of underclassmen on this Mustang squad.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So the second strikeout of the game for Chris Johnson. And just like that, one away here in the bottom of the second inning with Andrew Gallick coming to the plate.
Andrew.
And again, Gallick, underclassman as well, getting some action. Plays a nice second base for the Mustangs, junior.
He saw a lot of action last year as a freshman as well, Tony.
Yes, he did.
0 for 5 so far this year, trying to get things going at the plate. Swing and a miss there against Johnson. Count 0-1. But you mentioned coming into the game, Laurel Highlands as a team, just 7 hits through 2 games.
Yeah. Well, it's tough early on. They were only batting 171 as a team. But the thing I noticed most, Brian, is, they had 9 strikeouts in both of those games that they lost. And you really got to put the ball in play on high school baseball. I mean, you never know what's going to happen.
2 strikes here quickly on Gallick, and Johnson in the groove right now for Connellsville. 2-strike pitch, fastball, swing and a miss, and down goes Gallick. So back-to-back strikeouts for Johnson. He has 3 already so far this game, and the Mustangs 2 away, down 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning with Braylon Shoke coming to the plate.
Johnson has struck out 3 out of the last 4 hitters and looks pretty good. He is getting in the groove. He hides the ball well. I was watching his windup here. He does a pretty nice job of hiding the ball from the hitter.
First pitch here to Shoke. Foul tips it off. Count 0-1. And the Mustang bats would hurt them last year down the stretch, kind of went quiet. They had that nice series win over Uniontown, but were not able to produce runs at the plate against Ringgold in their final conference series of the year.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, when you start hitting, it's kind of contagious, and it kind of runs through the whole team. But right now, they're just trying to find what they can do and find the strike zone and trying to see what's up. I mean, it's early in the season, grant you, but, they got to start hitting. And fortunately, it wasn't in section games.
Well, Shoke puts it in play deep in the hole over at short, and the throw goes wide over at first. I think you have to give Shoke a hit there, Tony. Just a well-positioned ball there in the infield. That was a tough play for Newmeyer over at short.
Well, that was an extremely tough play, and you're definitely going to get him a base hit there. And Newmeyer went deep in the hole, made a good throw, pulled a lot off first base a little bit, but I still don't think he would have had Shoke at first base anyway.
Andrew Irwin now at the plate, Tony. This will be his first varsity at-bats. Mustang freshman getting the start at third base today.
So you're going to have a courtesy runner for Shoke, and that's going to be Gabe Senafani.
Yep. We saw a lot of Senafani in the fall. We didn't think we were going to see a lot of him coming into the season. Just a freshman, ended up being the Mustangs' starting quarterback for about 80% of the year.
Yeah. Got a lot of time. He'll be ready for next year for sure. And you mentioned here's Andrew Irwin, the freshman, got the start at third base. His sister, Taylor, was the one who tore her ACL before the basketball season, but fortunately going to Shenandoah College in Winchester, Virginia, as she signed down there to continue playing basketball. So good for her, and congratulations.
First pitch to her brother Andrew, swing and a miss. And it was good to see she got an opportunity to get in late in the regular season, even was able to hit a 3 late against, or I guess up at North Catholic in their playoff game.
Right.
even though she wasn't really able to play much of the games, at least got an opportunity after that ACL tear during the soccer season to get in late, and you hated to see that for her during her senior year, missing a good portion of it, as Andrew takes another pitch for a strike, and he's behind 0-2.
Yeah, and injured it in the soccer season, and that was one of those things, but you hate to see anything like that at any point in time, but especially during somebody's senior year.
0-2 pitch on the way, and Irwin takes strike 3. So you have 3 strikeouts from Chris Johnson here in this bottom of the second inning, sending down Sencher, Gallick, and Irwin. And it's still 1-0 Connellsville over Laurel Highlands after 2 here on the C.R. Browder Group High School Sports Day.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas. Open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood is a proud supporter of local high school sports. In fact, their annual charity golf outing has contributed dozens of scholarships to Fayette County students. The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood, wishing all of our local high school teams a great season.
Prime Rozak, Tony Hanola back here at Landman Field, Laurel Highlands High School, top of the third inning. The Falcons with hitters 2, 3, and 4 coming to the plate. Alexander Newmeyer, Lincoln Keller, and Graydon Hodge. Connellsville leading Laurel Highlands 1-0 on the RBI single back in the first inning from Hodge that drove in Chris Johnson for the game's only run.
And as we said, Hodge 5 for 8 on the season. Really started out hot for the Connellsville Falcons and picked up right where he left off over the first 3 games.
So Crouch set to go, starting his third inning of work on the mound here for Laurel Highlands. First pitch to Newmeyer, fastball and Newmeyer. First pitch swinging down the first base line. It drops just foul.
Kind of in no man's land right there. Unfortunate for the Mustangs that it was a foul ball.
He didn't realize it went foul either.
He was looking at his coach for confirmation.
Yes. Missed by just a couple of inches over there. Didn't draw any chalk. And the count 0-1.
Our buddy Dan Butler down the first base line today.
Now Crouch getting set for the 0-1. To Alexander Newmeyer. Fastball just missed to even up the count at 1-1. That pitch looked pretty good.
Well, Shoke did a pretty good job framing that pitch, trying to bring it in there for the strike, but missed just a little bit outside, but good try there by Braylon.
Now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Breaking ball, misses low and inside, takes the count to 2-1. And both of these teams with rather large coaching staffs, Tony. On the Connellsville side, Rob Orndorff, the head coach, 4 assistants, Rick Broadwater, Ray Orndorff, Rich Orndorff, and John Werrick. Next pitch on the way, and this ball popped down the third base line. Actually, it's going to drop fair.
Yeah.
Bouncing in front of Cade Sencher out there and left. And that'll be a leadoff single to this top of the third inning for Alexander Newmeyer.
Yeah, just perfectly placed. Just probably only about 6 inches inside the foul line there. But Newmeyer starting this inning off for Connellsville. Leadoff batter on. We saw that happen in the first inning.
Yep. And I'll bring up Lincoln Keller now for Connellsville.
Yeah, and you got to think that Newmeyer's probably going to run. I'm sure he's going to get a little bit bigger lead. And Crouch will be coming over. Close move.
Keller popped up, 3 unassisted. First time up actually in foul territory.
Yeah, fouled out to first baseman Sevi Vecchiolo, who made a nice play.
First pitch to him here, low and outside. Good block there from Shoke. We mentioned the Connellsville coaching staff. The Mustangs head coach Mike Smith in his second year. Joe LaPresta, Mark Edenfield, Josh Burns, Jim Burns, and Dino Vecchiola on the staff as assistant coaches.
He's got some pretty good guys on that staff as well.
Next pitch on the way, and that ball lined off the glove of Irwin at third, but knocked down. There'll still be a hit there for Lincoln Keller to put 2 on with nobody out here to start the top half of the third inning.
Yeah, I don't know. He had the freshman jitters there, I guess, a little bit, but Irwin, I don't know, that was a shot.
Yeah, it was a pretty good rip.
Yeah.
It's not like it was a slow liner by any means. It was a tough play there for the freshman. And now Graydon Hodge coming to the plate will take the first pitch for strike 1. And the count 0-1. We mentioned those Mustang coaches. Of course, one of them, Jimmy Burns, our buddy from the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, one of the longtime supporters of local high school sports, not only here on WMBS, but on the South Union Township Sports Network as well. Another pitch finds the strike zone there from Crouch to Graydon Hodge.
Yeah, I was talking to Josh just a little bit before I got up here in the press box, and I was asking him how things are going. He said it's early in the year, so it's one of those things.
So check swing, pitch misses from Crouch. Of course, Jim Burns played at Uniontown and was here as a long time as a Mustang assistant when they had a coaching change, moved over to Uniontown, was coaching over there for a couple of years, now back at Laurel Highlands, where he's actually spent more of his time coaching than over at Uniontown over the years. That breaking ball, hot pass, Shoke, that'll allow the Falcon runners to advance. Newmeyer down to third and Keller into second.
Well, Jimmy had a great career at Cal. Actually got inducted into the Uniontown Hall of Fame.
Saw that.
Yeah. And he's into Cal Hall of Fame as well. He had a fantastic career down there.
Great to see him still giving back to local high school sports as an assistant coach.
Yeah, he can't get away from it. 2-2
pitch, fastball, look out there, right into the Connellsville dugout. Almost took out Paul Britton over there taking some pictures.
Yeah, Paul's got, that's kind of a iffy spot right there.
Yeah, I would
Paul.
not be sitting there taking pictures. Let's put it that way.
He might need a batting helmet over there. Get him a helmet. Get him some old catcher's gear or something over there. Yeah.
That is not a spot I'd be comfortable in.
No. Not a picture worth that.
No.
Cindy Crawford ain't playing for one of these teams, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Remember, Tony, you must got taken out a couple years ago.
I do remember that well. You got your laptop taken out.
Yeah, but still better than you.
Well, come on.
2-2 here again. Fastball and called strike 3. So down goes Graydon Hodge. Fourth strikeout of the game for Nick Crouch, and we have one away with 2 on for Connellsville. Falcons leading at 1-0 as we work here in the top of the third inning.
Well, interestingly enough, that's the fourth strikeout for Crouch, but 3 of those looking so far. So he must be throwing something that's kind of deceiving his hitters just a little bit.
And Noah Zawislin at the plate takes one here high and inside. And Connellsville has made Crouch throw a lot of pitches here early on.
Yeah, in this inning for sure. And here, this is a situation where you really want to try to keep the ball in the infield with runners on second and third. Try to get this second out without the runners advancing at all.
That one fouled off by Zawislin. Count even at 1-1. Of course, he walked back in the first inning. Batted .342 last year. Still looking for his first hit of the 2026 campaign. Came into the game 0 for 5, but again, reached base via that walk back in the first inning.
Well, the Mustangs are hoping he don't get this first hit right here.
2 in scoring position. 1-1 pitch from Crouch. Breaking ball called strike on the inside corner. Takes the count to 1-2.
And that was a nice pitch right there. He really had him fooled. I think he was sitting on a fastball and threw him a breaking pitch and threw it in the perfect spot. So great job there by Crouch. And maybe he can duplicate it here and pick up the second out.
See if he can finish him off here. 1-2 brings the fastball. Swing and a miss from Zawislin. And down he goes. So back-to-back strikeouts from Nick Crouch. Now 5 so far in this game through 2 2/3 innings. That'll bring up Jaden Mickens.
Now Mickens hit a shot back to Crouch, who made a really nice play to end the first inning on a ground ball.
First pitch here to Mickens. Swing and a miss, strike 1 off the low fastball. Mickens last year batted .245 with 5 RBIs. Came in this game with a .429 average and an early RBI. Has power and speed at the plate.
Yeah, pretty smooth left fielder as well.
0-1 pitch and nubbed it off of his inner thigh.
Yeah, not really sure what he was swinging at there. He must have been guessing on something, and it really fooled him. So now Crouch ahead 0-2, and don't throw anything real good to hit here because Mickens, as we said, a pretty nice hitter, but try to get him to chase something here to end the inning.
Now the 2-strike pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 3. So 3 straight strikeouts here in the inning for Nick Crouch. So Connellsville sends 5 men to the plate. They strand Newmeyer in color, and it's still 1-0. Connellsville over Laurel Highlands, went to the bottom of the 3rd here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car and drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
NovaCare Rehabilitation in Uniontown is accessible for all of your recovery needs. New at NovaCare is pelvic floor physical therapy, a specialized program to treat patients with pelvic floor dysfunction related to bladder, bowel, sexual function, and pregnancy postpartum. These issues can affect both women and men and include urinary frequency, urgency and incontinence, pelvic pain, constipation, IBS, menopause, painful periods, and more. Call 724-437-0556 for an appointment in Uniontown. Personalize your care with NovaCare.
Nick Crouch leading off the bottom half of the 3rd inning for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. The first pitch inside there from Chris Johnson, almost taking Nick out.
Well, great job by Nick in that last inning. Really gave up first 2 hits and then came back 3 straight strikeouts to leave guys at 2nd and 3rd. So really good job by Nick. Threw some really good pitches in a tight situation there.
Another high pitch from Johnson, just like that. The count at 2-0. Again, Connellsville, a 1-0 lead over Laurel Highlands as we start this bottom of the 3rd inning. 2-0 pitch. High and inside again. Takes the count now to 3-0. Again, it's Crouch in the top of the order with Aiden Milsom and Noah Lyon for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs.
And Connellsville's left 5 men on base in the first 3 innings so far, so Coach Orndorff can't be too happy about that.
Crouch taken all the way off the 3-0, pitching there for a strike, moves the count to 3-1.
Crouch gave the Mustangs good minutes basketball-wise.
Yes, he did. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss as Johnson took a little bit off of that one. Count moves full to 3-2.
But that'll show you Johnson has a little bit of confidence in that breaking pitch because to throw it there 3-1, really don't want to put the leadoff runner on.
Payoff pitch, and now Johnson will walk Nick Crouch. And Crouch aboard here for Laurel Highlands. Crouch a season ago batted .205 with 3 RBIs. That was his first plate appearance of the season, but he gets on first here for the Mustangs with the top of the order. And Aiden Milsom now coming to the plate.
Well, interestingly enough, no courtesy runner here for Nick Crouch. And that's a 2nd walk issued today by Chris Johnson.
Crouch, though, good speed, Tony. And now you have Milsom showing bunt. He's going to pull back. Crouch running down to 2nd, and that's why you don't have a courtesy runner for him there, Tony.
Yep, proved me wrong. Well, it's one of those things, too. I mean, Milsom showed bunt, but I think the whole thing was just to try to get Crouch in scoring position.
Yeah, I agree. Ain't been able to do that. Just showing a little small ball.
That's it.
Johnson's next pitch almost hitting Milsom inside.
Yeah, Milsom not so sure how he got out of the way of that one.
Johnson out of the stretch, and Crouch another healthy lead off a 2nd. We'll see how aggressive he gets on the base paths. 2-0 pitch here, popped high in the air to left field. Jaden Mickens charging and getting, and Crouch has to hold at 2nd base.
Well, that's the 2nd time that Milsom's flown out to left fielder Jaden Mickens.
Noah Lyon.
So the first out of the inning recorded there. Now it's going to bring up Noah Lyon. Lyon looking for his first hit of the year. And that would be a great time for the Mustangs.
Did walk last time up. Had a 267 a season ago with 6 RBIs.
Yeah, got stranded on second base in that first inning.
Johnson's first pitch to Lyon. Breaking ball misses low for ball 1. Good spot here for the Mustangs, though. The meat of your order coming up in a runner in scoring position with only 1 out here in the inning. Down 1-0 as we work in the bottom of the 3rd.
And you got Vecchiola waiting on deck.
And Lyon here with a rip into right field. Rocco Farrell will send the relay in, and the throw will come up a little short of home plate. The Mustangs have tied the game on an RBI single to right from Noah Lyon, scoring Nick Crouch.
Well, that's what we said. A nice time to get his first hit of the year. And really, a little bit of a mistake there by Rocco Farrell. Hit the cutoff man. He actually gave up an extra base to Noah Lyon there by missing a cutoff guy. Really didn't have a shot at Nick Crouch at all at home. So now you've got another runner in scoring position in Noah Lyon.
And Sevy Vecchiolo struck out last time up, comes to the plate.
Well, Sevy's due.
Yeah, he is. And Lyon able to get down to second. The first pitch there misses low and outside for ball 1.
And the Mustangs able to tie this game up. And it's tough when you walk the leadoff hitter in any inning. It makes it tough.
And Johnson was really in the groove. Just gave up the infield single to Schoch back in the second. Had 3 strikeouts in that inning. And this ball popped high in the air, but gloved down by Newmeyer, the shortstop, for the second out of the inning. Just a little nubber there off the bat of Vecchiola. Now 2 outs.
I think that pitch must have rode in a little bit on Sevy. It looked like he tried to pull his hands in a little bit, but I don't think he got the meat of the bat on it at all. And nice little play there by the shortstop Newmeyer there just to drift back into left field and make the catch.
Now the freshman Morgan at the plate, grounded out 3 unassisted first time up. Takes the first pitch here, low for ball 1.
Well, you can see Morgan's ready to go. I mean, he was first pitch swinging last at bat, and he's ready to go. I mean, I don't see him taking a whole lot of pitches or getting walked too much this year for the Mustangs.
He doesn't look like a freshman out there.
No, he doesn't.
Takes this pitch low for a ball.
When you get a freshman batting in the cleanup spot
correct.
as the DH.
Have to be pretty high on him.
Yeah, I was going to say that says a lot right there.
He's ahead 2-0. Again, Coach Mike Smith told us, hey, we were young last year, even younger this year.
Yeah, we mentioned only 3 seniors.
2-0 pitch to Morgan. Did it clip him? No, but he got out of the way, and the count's 3-0.
And I know you don't want to make the third out at third base, but I will tell you this. Caden Matthews is playing really deep at third. I could see Lyon taking off to get a steal. It'd be pretty tough for Matthews to make the play.
Morgan taken all the way as Johnson finds the strike zone to move the count to 3-1.
I mean, he's nearly back on the dirt. He's got a long way to go to cover it and make the catch and make the tag.
3-1 pitch on the way. Another fastball right down the pipe as we go full 3-2.
Well, no sooner we say Morgan doesn't take a lot of pitches, now he works the count full. That'll tell you what I know.
Now the payoff pitch, Johnson to Morgan, another fastball, and Morgan pops this one up in foul territory on the left side. Almost hit a school bus.
Almost hit a couple people, too. Yeah. He was going after the food truck.
Yes.
What's up with that?
Really a great crowd out here. 2 local Fayette County schools playing non-conference game in March. Good weather. Bringing a lot of folks out to watch local high school baseball on a Wednesday afternoon. And that pitch misses inside for ball 4. The Mustangs have 2 on now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They've tied this game up at 1.
Yeah, the 3rd walk issued so far by Chris Johnson. Now putting himself in a little bit of a bind here. You get Cage Censure, who struck out the first time at bat, but now 3 for 5 on the season. Swinging a pretty hot bat for the Mustangs.
See if he can keep it going here. Swings of the first pitch, belts it into center field, and charging there, Lincoln Keller, the center fielder, able to retire Censure for the 3rd out of the inning, where the Mustangs get 1 back. They've tied this game at 1 after 3 here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Go to Ford Uniontown and trade me in. Dominic Carbone with Jessica Caringla with your 7-time President Award-winning Ford of Uniontown. Truck month is on the horizon, and we're kicking this thing off with a bang. Running all the way to the end of March, and we're talking massive savings.
How massive?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Take up to $8,000 off select F-150s or $6,000 off with interest rates at 2.9 for 60 months, 3.9 for 72, and only 4.9 for 84 months.
And that's not all. We got deals on Super Duties, Mavericks, and Rangers. Just stop, click, or call for details. Here at Ford of Uniontown, our commitment is to make sure you have the best experience, not only buying a vehicle, but getting it serviced as well. That's why we offer online maintenance appointments and free pickup and delivery.
Your truck knows, shouldn't you? That's Ford of Uniontown, on the hill across from Applebee. 724-425-5980 or FordofUniontown.com.
Price excludes taxes and transfer fees, must finance with Ford credit, and not all buyers will qualify.
Amador Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amador Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about Amador Transit, call them 724-439-3164, 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown.
Connellsville and Laurel Highlands tied at 1 as we move to the top half of the fourth inning. Nick Crouch still on the mound here for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. For Connellsville, it's Caden Matthews, Keegan Lott, and Gino Farrell, hitters 7, 8, and 9, as Connellsville starts this top half of the fourth inning.
Well, Crouch with a fantastic job to get out of that last inning. Let the first 2 runners get on. Gave up 2 singles, and then the next thing you know, 3 straight strikeouts.
Nice fastball there, finding the strike zone to Matthews, who grounded out 4-3 to start the second inning. And Matthews here with a high fly ball into deep left center field, and that ball's going to clear the wall for a Connellsville home run. So Caden Matthews goes yard for the Falcons to start this top half of the fourth inning. A solo shot has Connellsville on top 2-1. And Tony, that ball just kept on carrying out there.
I was just going to say that, Brian. That ball just kept carrying. Centure just kept drifting back. Thought he was going to have a play on the ball, but next thing you know, it cleared the fence. So nice job by Matthews. I don't know. We said there's not a whole lot of wind, but really that ball carried a long way.
Yeah, you have the flag out there in right field, almost draped right across the pole, but somehow Matthews with that big shot to left center over the head of Centure and over the wall to give Connellsville a 2-1 lead. And now Keegan Lott trying to keep things going. First pitch from Crouch to Lott outside for ball 1. We did see Jack Johns loosening up in between innings. Johns got the start in right field, was not in the batting lineup. They used the DH for him here today. There's a breaking ball missing low, but he'd probably be the next option and certainly ate up a lot of innings for the Mustangs a season ago.
Well, I remember doing the games down at Hark with Jack Johns, and I always liked his game. That guy, he likes the game. He hustles. He does what he's supposed to do, and I really like his game.
Count 2-1. Now Crouch to Lott. Lott had a single to left field back in the second inning. Came into the game with a 167 average on this young season. 2-1 pitch here, misses low and in the dirt. Now 3-1. From Crouch to Lott.
Well, he must be having a little bit of wind, Brian, because I can feel it blowing in here on the press box, man.
You got the door open, though, in the press box as well. That'll draw a little wind. Now the flag's going out there a little bit.
Well, anyway you look at it, Matthews with a really good stroke, and that wasn't a bad pitch at all. It's not like it was a fat fastball right down the middle. I mean, he really did a nice job on that.
Lott fouls that one off. Takes us 4-3-2. Lott, a sophomore first baseman here today for the Connellsville Falcons. And Connellsville in action next week. 2-game conference series against Montour. Laurel Highlands opening up conference play. 2-game series against Elizabeth Forward next week, Monday and Tuesday. And the 3-2 pitch, a little one-hopper in the dirt. Low for ball 4. Second walk issued in this game by Nick Crouch. And you wonder if we're going to get a pitching change possibly here. Looks like we will. Mike Smith coming out. He's going to talk to Nick. I think Nick's going to give the baseball up.
I don't think Nick wants to give the baseball up, but let's see what Coach Smith decides to do here. Going to ask how he feels, what's going on. Might let him go just this inning because, as you mentioned, they don't have another game until Monday. So it might give him a little bit of a leash here. Maybe try to get out of this fourth inning.
As we said, a non-conference game, though, and generally in these type of situations, especially in a one-game week, you'll see them use multiple pitchers. They're going to stick with Nick Crouch for now.
Good negotiation by Nick Crouch to stay in.
I was thinking just because of John's warming up and the way this inning started with the home run and the walk, you might see the change made in that situation. But as you said, they're going to stick with Nick for now. We'll see how things pan out here facing Gino Farrell, who struck out looking, batting from the number 9 position back in the second inning.
Well, I mean, you're going to have to assume here so far, and I that's really not good words by me, but I would think that Crouch and Jack Johns are your 2 aces.
Showing bunt there was Farrell, pulled back. Pitch missed, but did allow Lott to get down to second.
Yeah, and again, did the same thing that the Mustangs did in the last inning. Showed bunt, basically getting the catcher's way, unable to make a throw, and Lott with the stolen base gets into scoring position.
Remember, still nobody out here, Tony, as we work in the top of the 4th inning. Farrell again shows bunt. Pitch misses low. He pulled back, and it's a ball.
You can see that Irwin is definitely staying there at third base. He has to because of the runner on second. You've got Sevy playing in on the grass now at first.
Now a little step off from Crouch.
Yeah, tough to pick anybody off second base, that's for sure.
And Caden Matthews, solo home run to start this top of the 4th inning. The difference right now is Connellsville leads Laurel Highlands 2-1, and Farrell again showing bunt. And the pitch went right by. It's in there for a strike. He was serious about it. Wasn't pulling back that time.
Wasn't pulling back that time, but just kind of jabbed at it a little bit. And
you're the top of the order, and Chris Johnson due up behind Farrell.
And I was just looking. That's the first home run of the season for the Connellsville Falcons.
It's their 3rd game of the year, and that one bunted foul by Farrell. Now I have to swing away on a 2-2 count.
Yeah, and he tried to bunt there. That was a curveball. Pretty tough to try to drop one of those down, but good job by Nick Crouch to get ahead in the count as well.
So the count 2-2. Crouch to Farrell. Runner on second, one already across here in the top of the 4th. Connellsville leading at 2-1. That fastball misses high, and we'll go full 3-2.
Well, as you mentioned it again, you surely don't want to get the number 9 batter on. He struck out Farrell the last time out looking, and he's hoping to do the same here.
Similar situation back in the second inning as well.
Yep.
A 3-2 pitch here, and Farrell with a rip to right center, but working off to his right, making the play there, Jack Johns for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I told you I like him. I like his game. I like how he hustles. There's no doubt. Good play there by Jack Johns. Record the first out and keep Lott, more importantly, at second base.
And Tony, we got an indication that the catcher Shoke wearing an earpiece down there. Is that something commonplace? First time I've seen it in a high school game.
Interesting. I have never heard of that.
I'll try to find that information out. Here's a pop-up from Johnson, and it's going to drop right there in the Bermuda Triangle between Lyon, Milsom, and Senger.
Yeah, just a tough play, really. And we said, we didn't notice a whole lot of wind, but I think the wind might have played a little bit of a factor there. And fortunately, you did not have Lott advance at all. So now runners at first and second with 1 out. That's going to bring up Newmeyer, who's 1 for 2 on the day, singled the last time up.
Our Highlands head coach Mike Smith retrieving a loose ball there in front of the protective fence in front of the Mustang dugout now with Newmeyer at the plate. First pitch a breaking ball in there for a strike 0-1.
Now the Mustangs need a ground ball here bad.
I agree.
Right at somebody.
It's 1 out in the inning. 2 on for Connellsville. Falcons now a 2-1 lead over the Mustangs. And that ball
coming our
popped into foul territory behind our press box location and out of play.
You wouldn't have made an attempt anyway. We did that before down at Bailey Park. You never made an attempt. I saved your life twice down there.
Remember, a laptop saved your life once, too.
Yeah, this is true.
Next pitch on the way. Another one popped our way.
Yeah, that was pretty scary that day, I got to say. That was interesting. We were up on the hill up by the press.
It was the last game we did up there.
Yeah.
I don't think we've been up there since.
I can understand that.
It's one of those. Brad Yeoman, of course, was the coach. We're talking to Brad. Hey, the angle for the game's a little better over there. It's going to be a nice day. You guys should shoot from over there.
Yeah.
We did.
Almost got clobbered. I think Brad knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
That's why he wanted us to do it.
Yeah. And 2 strikes.
Yeah, I know. It was like a 90-degree day, and
it was like a Saturday afternoon.
I still can't figure out how that ball got up there
I
as
agree.
fast as it did.
There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitch from Crouch. Now 2 outs here in the inning. I remember the whole situation. I was looking up the number of stolen bases somebody had so far in the season, and it was that rip foul ball, and it went off the router first, remember?
Yes.
And then hit the laptop. The router, for don't know how it happened, but the router stayed alive.
Yeah.
But the laptop did not survive, and we stayed on the air, believe it or not, during the whole process.
Yeah, and it was one of those things, too, where the ball bounced, too, before it came up. It wasn't like it was on a fly.
Yes.
The ball actually bounced and came up at us. I don't know how that happened, but fortunately.
Yes, we're all still alive. No damage was done. We didn't have to take you to the hospital.
Yep. Didn't get
But I had a UPMC Injury Services Rehab Center timeout there for you.
I would have
pitching there for a strike to Lincoln Keller.
I would have caught one of my big noggin.
Yes. Count 1-1 now from Crouch to Keller.
Keller also had it hit his last time up and popped out to Sevi Vecchiola in foul territory.
And 2 on, 2 outs. Connellsville still up 2-1. Another liner coming our way, Tony.
It was coming our way.
Might just be one of their games now trying to take us out again.
They don't like our broadcast.
No. Keller's the 6th Falcon to bat here in this top of the 4th inning.
Well, a couple of hits surrendered that big one with Caden Matthews' home run. But Crouch with a really good chance to get out of it here and strand a couple runners.
Next pitch on the way, and that's a breaking ball. Not called a strike, though, Tony. That didn't miss by much either to Keller.
Nick was wanting that call, no doubt. You can tell by the body language. Didn't miss by much.
And Crouch set to go again, trying to get out of this inning. And a big-time swing and a miss. And down goes Keller, and the second strikeout of the inning for Nick Crouch. He now has 7 so far this afternoon, and the Mustangs limit the damage. Just 1 run scored by the Falcons here in the top of the 4th. So go to the bottom of the 4th. Connellsville 2, Laurel Highlands 1 here in the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valets. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car and drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pick up and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Accidents can happen at any time. At Stewart Collision Service in Uniontown, we are here to repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition. Have dents? Stewart Collision Service does paintless dent repair. So give us a call at 724-437-9381 or stop by 73 East Fayette Street for all your collision needs. We work with all insurances. Stewart Collision supports our local high school sports team and wish you the best this season. That's Stewart Collision Service, 73 East Fayette Street in Uniontown, 724-437-9381.
A 2-1 lead for Connellsville over Laurel Highlands as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Andrew Gallick leading things off for the Mustangs. Swing and a miss at the first pitch from Chris Johnson. And Tony, we got confirmation. It is an earpiece that Choke's wearing right now. This is the second year that a new rule that came into effect to start the season last year. The catchers are able to wear an earpiece and receive information from the dugout, but they can't transmit that information back. And our umpire crew told us it's very rare even now to see teams using it, but Laurel Highlands is this year.
I still think he's listening to our broadcast.
We can receive that. Remember, we just can't talk back to us.
Well, that could be a good thing for both of us.
And Johnson misses low on the pitch to Gallick to even up the count at 1-1.
And we were also able to confirm that the home plate umpire today is Tommy Sandella. old friend of ours. I didn't realize it was him behind the plate. Couldn't get a good look.
That must have been 0-2 because Gallick went chasing there. That is strike 3, so Gallick goes down.
Yeah, he
late swing that time.
Yeah, he had swung and missed the first time, fouled the second pitch off, and chased maybe a little high fastball there. But Johnson now with 5 strikeouts on the day.
And Braylon Shoke coming to the plate had that infield single back in the second inning, and that pitch well outside, moving away there from Gino Farrell, so they count it 1-0.
Johnson started him out with a little breaking pitch there, first pitch. And Shoke recorded his first hit of the season, his first time up.
Shoke trying to get the Mustangs going here, down a run at 2-1. Shoke takes that one inside. Again, Connellsville playing a 5A schedule this season. The Mustangs still in 4A, and they'll reshuffle the deck after this year. New 2-year alignment coming into play to start next year as well. Probably won't find out about that for a couple of months. Just got the new football conferences about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple interesting conferences, no doubt about that.
Great to see on the football side, Laurel Highlands, Albert Gallatin, and Uniontown all back in the same conference this year.
Totally agree with you. It's good to have them back in the WPIAL.
Yes. And the travel's not going to be that bad either. Certainly looking forward to the fall season.
It's always a good thing.
I pitched a little low. We'll try to bring you all the Red Raider and the Mustang games again this season on WMBS, and they'll meet in the final week of the regular season this year. Great to have the rivalry back. Remember the last few years with Uniontown as an independent playing in week 0. Now they'll play again at the end of the season. And that pitch outside, and it'll be a walk issued here to Braylon Shoke. So in 2 plate appearances, Shoke on base twice. The Mustangs have the game-tying run on first here in the bottom of the 4th, down 2-1.
Yeah, that's the 4th walk issued today to go along with 5 strikeouts for Johnson. As you said, you're going to have Gabe Senefani again, courtesy running for Shoke. So with 1 out, let's see what Coach Smith wants to do. Does he run Senefani? Got the number 8 hitter Andrew Irwin up. Irwin caught looking the last time at bat.
You bunting this situation at all, Tony?
Yeah, it would leave you with 2 outs. I'm not
correct.
so sure.
Irwin fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. You have Nick Crouch, who walked, stole a base, and scored a run, though, due up next.
You know what? I think at this point, I mean, it's a non-section game. My thought right now would be let Irwin hit. He's a freshman. He gets a hit here in a big situation. Might give him a little confidence for the season. So, no, I would not try to drop one down here.
He just his second varsity at bats. Next pitch to him here, high and inside. Count even at 1-1.
And like I said, we've seen him play before. He does have talent. He's got speed as well. Nice hitter. And like I said, it'd be big right here just for his confidence if he can pick up a hit.
A throw over to first, head first, slide back safely. There from the courtesy runner, Gabe Senefani.
Senefani, only a freshman as well.
3-sport star, also played basketball as well. Saw him on the hardwood. Now he's going to go. The pitch missed low, throw down to second, and sliding into second safely, Gabe Senefani with a stolen base.
Yeah, and got a pretty good jump right there. And a good job to avoid the tag. Nice try there by Zawislin. Almost got the tag down.
Count out 2-1, so it's kind of changed things now with the Mustangs getting Senefani in a scoring position. 2-1 pitch here to Irwin. Breaking ball missed inside. Now 3-1.
Well, Johnson a little frustrated right now. Now in the hole. And as you mentioned, Nick Crouch, who walked his first time up, waiting on deck.
This pitch on the way, fouled off by Irwin. That'll send us full at 3-2.
Well, nobody warming up for Connellsville either, so looks like they're going to try to ride Johnson out here.
And he's pitched well. 5 strikeouts already in this game for Johnson, just yielding a couple of hits. 2, in fact. Few walks and a swing and a miss, and down goes Andrew Irwin for the second time in this game. And for Johnson now, that strikeout number 6 gives us 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th with Nick Crouch coming to the plate. And again, Crouch walked, stole a base, and scored the Mustangs' lone run last time up. And we might have a pitching change here for Connellsville as their manager, Rob Orndorff, comes out on the field, brings the whole infield together. Let's see if they'll stick with Johnson here or make a change. I think they're going to make a change here, Tony.
Interesting. Oh, they're going to bring in, looks like, is it Zwislin's going to pitch?
Yep, so we're going to have a pitching change. We'll step aside for a 90-second timeout. Connellsville leading Laurel Highlands by a score of 2-1. But it looks like we're going to have a new Falcons pitcher. Just going to wait to confirm it here before we take the break. And we are going to have a new Falcons pitcher. Back to tell you all about him right after this. Falcons 2, Mustangs 1 back in 90 here in the C. Operato Group High School Sports Day.
That sneeze was in a different zip code, and I still felt the germs.
Relax, Randy. I went to Montgomery Medical. I'm fully shielded.
Like a flu shot?
Flu, COVID, the works. If you haven't caught up on your shots yet, they'll get you sorted in minutes. It's basically a suit of armor, but with less clanking. Then do the double shot. After Montgomery Medical, head over to Renew You MediSpa. I got their immunity IV drip.
A MediSpa?
You relax, you hydrate, and you give your immune system a VIP upgrade.
Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
Injured in an accident and don't know where to turn or what to do? Here at Radcliffe Martin Law, we can help you navigate your issues and resolve your claim. Unlike firms nowadays that advertise aggressively for your case and aren't even located in the state, we're right in your backyard. We have the knowledge to quickly and efficiently handle your claim. Don't waste time on an out-of-state attorney who will dilly-dally and then tell you to get a local attorney. Give us a call right now and see how we can help you. Radcliffe Martin Law, 724-439-3939.
Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
So Xander Zwislin, the new pitcher for the Connellsville Falcons. First pitch finds the strike zone to Nick Crouch, and we're at 0-1. And Zwislin, Tony Connellsville's played 3 games. He's made an appearance in every game so far this season for the Falcons on the mound.
No, you know what?
That's Newmeyer now, though. Okay,
yeah,
it is Newmeyer.
Right.
They were telling me Zwislin.
Yeah.
It is Newmeyer on the mound. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Another Xander, though.
Yeah. So Newmeyer switched with Johnson, so now Johnson playing shortstop. And we can't close the book on him yet because he's responsible for Senefani out at second base.
That pitch a little high. Kind of 1-2. And with Senefani on second. And the Mustangs down 2-1. And Crouch popping this one up down the right field line. A foul ball. And 1 out here in the inning. Johnson, who was on the mound, struck out Andrew Gallick. Then Braylon Shoke walked. Senefani on as the courtesy runner, stole second. Irwin striking out. Now 2 outs here in the inning.
And Crouch trying to help himself here.
That pitch is low, and that'll allow Senefani to get down to third.
Good base running there by Gabe to get down there. Actually thought a throw was going to be made, but Senefani showing a little bit of speed there.
Yes.
Get to third base.
Now he's 90 feet away from the game-tying run.
Now, you know, Crouch wants to get a hit here.
Pitch into Nick, misses outside. Would have been tough for Senefani to get home in that situation. Ball did skip away a bit from Farrell.
Yeah, you know what? To score here on a wild pitch or a pass ball, it's really tough. There's really not a lot of room back there.
Now Newmeyer out of the stretch. Fastball that Crouch is able to hop here to Johnson at short. Throw over to first in time to Keegan Lott to retire Crouch 6-3 to end the inning. So the Mustangs put up a pretty good fight there in the bottom of the 4th. End up stranding the courtesy runner Senefani over third. So we've played 4 with Connellsville leading Laurel Highlands 2-1 here on the C. Operato Group High School Sports Day.
The C. Harbor Auto Group Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valets. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Looking for a great place to eat in Uniontown? Stop by Casey's Sports Cafe, located at 243 South Mount Vernon Avenue and proudly owned by the Vernon family. Casey's is open Monday and Friday from 7 to 3, Tuesday through Thursday 7 to 7, and Saturday and Sunday 7 to 2. Come check out their new items and delicious entrees. And remember, Casey's can cater your next event. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Casey's is the place to eat. Call 724-550-4126. Your health is the most important thing to you. When you need physical therapy, find the best clinic to serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasick has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler's from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com.
Prime Rozak, Tony and Noah back here at Landman Field, Laurel Highlands High School. The Mustangs do have a new pitcher on the mound in Jack Johns, who, as we said, really ate up a lot of innings for Laurel Highlands last year. 9 appearances, ended up pitching 31 innings, giving up 31 hits, 21 runs, 11 of those earned, struck out 28 and walked 11 throughout the course of the 2025 campaign. And he'll face hitters 4, 5, and 6 here for Connellsville in the top of the 5th. Hodge, Zawislin, and Mickens. And all 3 struck out, Tony, last time up back in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, that's when Crouch did a great job after letting the 2 leadoff hitters, leadoff and the second batter get on, and then strike out the next 3 batters.
Johns in the first pitch swinging here to Hodge. Grounder to second. A little juggle from Gallo because able to regain, get it over to Vecchiola in time to retire Hodge 4-3 for the first out of this top half of the 5th.
Well, good job by Gaelic not to panic there at all. Just stay with the ball and made a nice throw over to Sevi Vecchiola to retire Hodge for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, it wasn't routine, but certainly got the job done as Noah Zawislin hitting from the number 5 spot when out come to the plate. 3rd time through the lineup for the Connellsville Falcons. Zawislin walked back in the first, struck out in the 3rd, swings the first pitch here and comes up empty facing the lefty Johns to count at 0-1.
Yeah, nice pitch there by Johns. And, you know, he's kind of sneaky. He's kind of sneaky fast, but he's got a good breaking pitch as well.
Now the 0-1 on the way. Another fastball. This one misses low and inside. Evens up the count at 1-1. Again, Zawislin last year batted .342. Walked and struck out so far in this game. 0 for 5 coming in the 2026 campaign. Looking for his first hit of the season and swings and misses there. Move the count now to 1-2.
Yeah, and the final numbers on Crouch. He pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 hits. Had 7 strikeouts, walked only 1 guy, 2 earned runs, and both of those were earned.
1-2 pitch here, and this ball hit high in the air to left. Getting under it there, Century able to make the catch for the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down here in the top half of the 5th with Jaden Mickens coming to the plate. Mickens 0 for 2. Grounded out 1-3 back in the 1st, struck out swinging back in the 3rd. Came into the game with a .429 average this year. It was .245 last year with 5 RBIs.
Yeah, and that looked like that ball carried a little bit on Century as well.
Yeah.
It looked like he had to drift back a little bit, kind of went a little bit further than he thought it was going to.
Mickens here, first pitch swinging, pop up in the infield. It'll go over to third base. Somebody needs to make a call there, but it will be Irwin able to make the catch. I think Lyon was trying to call him off, but Irwin able to make the grab to end the inning. So the Falcons retired in order, 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom half of the 5th, still 2-1. Connellsville over Laurel Highlands here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day.
Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Sova & Son Body and Fender Repair. Family owned and operated for 63 years and providing quality, reliable service. Ted Sova & Son offers complete collision service, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repair, and glass installation. They'll blueprint your vehicle for repair and work with your insurance company. With their environmentally friendly waterborne paint process, Ted Sova & Son not only cares for our community and children, they care for our environment. Located on Atlas Road in Hopwood, it's their goal to alleviate the stress of an accident and assist you in any way. So bring your vehicle over to Sova. Call 724-437-2351. Now Ted Sova proudly introduces his new company, Target Safety Solutions, Atlas Road in Hopwood, providing vehicle alignments, calibrations, minor mechanical repairs, state inspections, including trailers up to 10,000 pounds. Safety, our target, your solution. Check their website at targetsafetysolutionsllc.com. Ted Sova is proud to support local high school sports.
Brian Morozak, Tony Hanola back here for the bottom of the 5th inning. Laurel Highlands coming to the plate. Down 2-1. First pitch swinging there, fouled off by Aiden Milsom. Mustangs with hitters 1, 2, and 3 due up here, Tony, in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. Only 2 hits so far for the Mustangs. One by Noah Lyon and one by Shoke. But they've left 5 guys on base so far here in the first 4 innings.
There's another swing and a miss. And now 2 strikes on Aiden Milsom. You mentioned to me, Tony, that top half of the 5th inning, the first 1, 2, 3 inning we've had so far in this game.
Exactly right, Brian. Yeah, it's always been a runner on for somebody in an inning.
And now the 0-2, Newmeyer to Milsom, high and inside. Count now moves to 1-2. Newmeyer did make 1 appearance earlier on this season, worked 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, struck out 2 and walked 1. So this is his 2nd appearance of the season and able to get the called strike 3 there on Milsom to retire the Mustangs junior center fielder for the first out of this bottom half of the 5th inning.
And the first strikeout recorded by Newmeyer.
Noah Lyon.
He's going to get Milsom as the first K and the first out.
Now Noah Lyon coming to the plate. Lyon reached base safely in both plate appearances so far here today. Swings and misses at the first pitch there from Newmeyer. Walk back in the first. RBI single to right field back in the 3rd. Driving in Nick Crouch for the lone Mustang run of the game.
And we've got final numbers as well on Johnson. He pitched 3 2/3, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, had 6 strikeouts and 4 walks. So really pretty good job there by Johnson.
Count now even at 1-1. Here it's a Lyon who hits it on the ground to short. Johnson there, throw over to first in time to Lott to retire Lyon 6-3 for the 2nd out of the inning.
And a nice play there by Johnson to go to his left, set himself, make a strong throw. Just got Lyon maybe by half a step, but good job defensively by Johnson at short.
Now 2 outs here in the inning as the Falcons looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Quick bottom of the 5th. 2 up, 2 down so far. Sevi Vecchiola trying to get things going. You mentioned, Tony, the bat's been quiet until now. Almost on cue, the single into left field from Sevi Vecchiola. Just what the doctor ordered for Laurel Highlands.
Exactly. Sevi with his first hit of the season. The 3rd hit of the game for the Mustangs, but that's big for Sevi. Get him a little confidence. As you mentioned, he had a great year last year, and I'm sure he wants to duplicate it this year for the Mustangs.
Now a big spot here for the freshman Ramari Morgan for Laurel Highlands. 3rd at-bat of the game. 0 for 1 with a walk. Batting here from the left side. Now steps out of the batter's box facing Xander Newmeyer.
Well, you know what? It's probably, I mean, we've seen the Mari Morgan bat. His first at bat, he was kind of unfortunate, I should say. He grounded out to Lott at first base, but the thing of it is, Lott's holding Vecchiola right here now, so there's a pretty big hole on the right side of the infield.
Let's see if he can take advantage.
Yeah, if Morgan can place it perfectly, he might have Vecchiola at 3rd base.
Had a throw over from Newmeyer already. Now Vecchiola looking to run, and that ball fouled off by Morgan.
Yep, Sevi's going to have to come on back.
Yes. Hopefully they can get the scoreboard going here soon, Tony. I miss having it up there.
Need a new Jumbotron here at Mustang Land.
And order a new clicker. That can't take too long, I wouldn't think.
New clicker?
Yeah. I bet they have it ready by next week.
Yeah, we won't be here.
Now, we won't be here, but TJ and Nick will on Tuesday.
Yeah, this is true.
I'm sure they'll appreciate it. TJ might be driving home right now saying, hey, you got to put a rush order on that scoreboard clicker to help us out
Get
next
the clicker.
week. Yes.
He said he'll pay the shipping.
Here's Newmeyer. Next pitch to Morgan. Morgan didn't swing. Pitch was high and outside. We're 2-1 right now. 2 outs here in the inning. The Mustangs with Vecchio on first down. A run at 2-1.
Yeah, the Mustangs trying to knot this game up.
Throw over to first. Head first slide back safely from Vecchio.
Sevy with a little bit bigger lead on that last attempt over.
Might be looking to run here. Yes, he is off. Fastball. Morgan hits it high in the air. This could be trouble down the third base line, and it drops in for a Mustang hit. Vecchiola gets down to third, and the Mustangs with runners on the corners and 2 outs, down 2-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. So the freshman Morgan coming through with a big hit.
Yeah, with a big hit is right, and you're right. With 2 outs, Vecchiola running all the way, so you knew he wasn't going to stop. He was definitely going to get to third base. But really just placed the ball perfect there for Morgan to pick up a hit. That's his second hit of the season, and right now the Mustangs in business with runners on first and third, but 2 outs.
You mentioned Cade Sencher off to a nice start this season. Was 3 for 4 entering this game. Now 3 for 6 for the season. 0 for 2 today. Struck out in the second. Flew out on a well-hit ball to center field back in the third. Already has a double and an RBI on this young season. Looking to come through here with a runner on third and 2 outs. Runner going again. And they're not going to make a throw. They cut it off, trying to get Vecchiola off the bag over at third, and he was back safely. But you do have a situation here where Morgan was able to advance in a scoring position down to second.
Well, Sevy's played the game long enough. He's not going to fall for that throw being cut off short. He knew not to stray too far from third base, so good job there. But the Mustangs now 2 runners in scoring position.
Morgan and a fastball, swing and a miss there from Sencher.
It's Sencher. We said started off hot. And you're right, does have one of the RBIs for the Mustangs this year.
Count now 1-1. Newmeyer to Sencher. Pitch misses outside, moves it to 2-1. So 2 on, 2 outs for Laurel Highlands. They're down 2-1 as we work here in the bottom of the 5th. Remember, we play 7 in the high school game. And things starting to get tight here late, Tony.
Yeah, they are. Well, and really not the fault of Newmeyer at all. He just gave up a couple hits here, but one fluke hit, I should say.
A 2-1 breaking ball. Sencher was actually backing out of the box, and the pitch came back and found the strike zone, even things up at 2-2. Some wild movement on that pitch from Newmeyer. And now the 2-2 pitch, fastball, and just missed. Surprised Sencher lead off of that one, Tony. Didn't miss by much. It's a tough pitch to take, but we go full of 3-2 with first base open.
Now, you know, every catcher nowadays tries to pull that ball back. That ball was really outside, though.
3-2 pitch, and swinging late there as Sencher comes up empty. Strikeout to end the inning from Newmeyer. So we've played 5. The Mustangs strand 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Falcons up 2-1 over the Mustangs here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day on WMBS, Triple Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and YouTube Live.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Family owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, Connellsville Falcons, and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it to not only be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724-626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are proud residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and more. Experienced therapists providing quality rehabilitation close to home. Convenient hours, accessible location, all major insurances accepted. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access. 724-437-7500.
Moving out of the top of the 6th inning, Connellsville still a 2-1 lead over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Jack Johns on the hill now for Laurel Highlands. Came on in relief of Nick Crouch, facing hitters 7, 8, and 9 here in the top of the 6th. And Johns misses low on the first pitch to Caden Matthews. But Matthews, of course, Tony, that solo home run, which is the difference right now, last time up.
Yeah, exactly right. Hit that ball as we thought. I thought it was actually just going to be in the gap and just kept on carrying.
1-0 pitch now to Matthews. Matthews' check swing went around, and we're even at 1-1.
Yeah, good pitch there by Jack Johns. Just kind of tied him up a little bit. I think Matthews might have been looking for a fastball. Got a breaking pitch there.
Johns now ready for the 1-1 to Matthews. Deep breath out of the lefty. Delivers a breaking ball that was a little low, and Matthews went a chasing. Swing and a miss, and the count now 1-2.
Now what do you do here if you're Johns? Maybe go to the same pitch. He threw that pitch and it broke inside. Really, Matthews really couldn't get to it at all.
Now the 1-2 pitch on the way brings the heat. Hard ground ball. Glove there by Lyon. Resets. Throw over to first. One hopper not in time.
Well, good play, but really good speed there by Matthews. Able to beat that out. So now Connellsville again with the lead runner on.
That was just good speed from Matthews. I thought he beat it out.
I did too. It was a good call. Our buddy Dan Butler made the right call, no doubt. Tough play for Lyon, though. Kind of in the hole a little bit.
A throw over to first. Actually hit the back foot of Matthews.
Well, fortunately for Jack Johns, because that ball might have got away from Sevy. Went down in the right field, down the right field line.
So Matthews now 2 for 3 in this game after that infield single. Johns a clean look over at first. And once again, we'll check Matthews.
You had Lott showing bunt because Irwin was charging from third base.
Been a pretty good game so far. Saw a good softball game yesterday with the Mustangs winning 6-3 here. Connellsville on the baseball side of things up 2-1. They're going to award second base here as that ball got away from Shokoff, the one-hopper, to Matthews.
Yeah, he called a balk.
Balk, yep.
Yeah. Called a balk. He never came set is really what happened. Johns was trying to maybe quick pitch a little bit, but he never really came set in the stretch there, so he got called for a balk. And
yep. Those ruled no pitch, of course.
Right.
Now delivers to Lott, who rips one to second, and Vecchiola has to hustle back to cover the bag. It does allow Matthews to get down to third. So the sacrifice 4-3, advancing Matthews, and now one out here in the inning. And Gino Farrell coming to the plate.
Well, I'll tell you what, good hustle by Vecchiola. He was charging on the pitch.
Yeah, that wasn't easy.
Yeah, it was not easy. And then he had to hurry up and get back to first and then receive the throw because Lott got down the line pretty quickly there.
Farrell swinging and missing in the first pitch was low from Johns, and they counted 0-1. Vecchiola could have got his head ripped off there, and the liner came down to first.
Yeah, well, tell you what.
Yeah.
Infield in now for the Mustangs.
And Farrell with a chopper here to third. Looking at the runner back was Irwin. They make the throw over to first. And a heads-up play there defensively from Irwin to not allow Matthews to run on the play, and they still get the out over at first, retiring Farrell 5-3, and now 2 outs here in the inning.
Really good defensive play by the freshman. Did not panic, made a nice play, held it off, waited to see what Matthews was going to do, and a strong throw across to get Farrell. So good job there by Andrew Irwin at third base.
Now 2 outs here in the inning, but the top of the order due up, and Chris Johnson as Connellsville comes through the order for the 4th time in this game. And Johnson fouls out the first pitch here from Johns. Johnson, a busy afternoon, singled and scored the game's first run, along with stealing a base back in the first inning. Struck out looking in the second inning, but singled to left center field last time up in the 4th.
Yeah, 2 of the 7 hits for Connellsville so far.
John's next pitch on the way. Breaking ball finds the strike zone. Counted 0-2. Mustangs trying to get out of the inning with no damage done, with Matthews still lurking there over a third base.
Well, Johns has to be careful here. 0-2. Really don't throw any meatballs here to Johnson.
0-2 pitch on the way. Pitch was low. Johnson swung and missed. They have to make the throw down to first as it hopped away from Shoke, but they do so successfully to end the inning. So Connellsville got that infield single from Matthews to start the inning. Couldn't make anything of it, and it's still 2-1. Falcons over the Mustangs as we go to the bottom of the sixth here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all.
The best pizza in town is at Little E's El Ultra, Uniontown's newest restaurant, with all the organic crust, classic or gluten-free, all organic sauces, all natural meats and toppings, and a variety of specialty pizzas, including vegan options. More than pizza, Little E's has hearty homemade soups, appetizers, calzones, and strombolis, plus a variety of salads with vegan and gluten-free options, and new 15-inch big hoagies. Open Wednesday and Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday until 9:30. Phone 724-880-6012, or stop in a Little E's, 7 West South Street, across from the parking garage.
We have a pinch hitter for Laurel Highlands to start this bottom half of the sixth inning. Mustangs down 2-1 against the Connellsville Falcons. Aiden Geetap to lead things off for Laurel Highlands here in the home half of the sixth. First pitch, a fastball from Newmeyer, in for a strike there to Geetap. Geetap so far this season, Tony, 0 for 3, but did draw a walk. So he'll try to get on board here, hitting in the spot that was previously occupied by Andrew Gallick. Geetap taking there to even up the count at 1-1.
And Geetap was going to be a starter on the football team until he injured his hip.
1-1 pitch here on the way low to Geetap, counted 2-1. Did see some action during the football season, as you said, battling a couple of injuries.
Yep.
Count 2-1, and he's only a freshman.
Yeah.
A good size at 6'3". His dad's pretty big, though, too.
Oh, yeah, he's a big fella.
That pitch in for a strike. Surprised to see that call. Thought it was high and inside.
Yeah, that was a little high as right, but I don't think Mike Smith liked it either. He's coaching first base here.
Count now 2-2 from Newmeyer to Geetap. And that pitch, a little bit of a slider action maybe there, Tony. Geetap came up empty. A swing and a miss, and Geetap goes down to start the bottom of the sixth, so one away with Braylon Shoke coming to the plate.
Yeah, that's the third strikeout so far for Newmeyer since he entered the game.
And Shoke's been effective. Infield single back in the second, walked and stole a base. Actually, Senafani stole a base in his spot in the fourth inning. Takes the first pitch here from Newmeyer. Now the 1-0. High and inside. It's a one-run game right now, 2-1. Connellsville leading Laurel Highlands.
Yeah, and a well-played game.
Yep.
No errors by either team.
It's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
And this ball, a line drive into right center, and it's going to be over the head of the right fielder, Rocco Farrell. And speeding into second is Shoke with a stand-up double. I think Farrell kind of over-pursued a little bit there initially.
I think he did as well, and I think what ended up happening was he might have thought that the ball wasn't going to carry either. It looked like it carried a little bit, but he kind of took a bad angle on it. So now they're going to let Shoke run as well. And you can see why. He showed pretty good speed getting down to second base. So now that's going to bring up The freshman, Andrew Irwin, made a great play in that last inning at third base to hold the runner and record an out for the Mustangs.
A big spot from here again with a runner on second, 1 out in the inning. Mustangs down a run. Irwin take the first pitch here high and inside for ball one. Behind Irwin, you have Nick Crouch, and then the top of the order due up for the Mustangs.
Now, the Mustangs would love to get to the top of the order. There's no doubt about that.
So Shoke over at second. 1-0 pitch here to Irwin. Off the plate again, counting out 2-0.
Yeah, pretty good eyes shown so far by Andrew Irwin at the plate. As you mentioned, 0 for 2. But big situation here. Could tie this game up with a single.
And first varsity hits. 2-0 pitch. High and inside. Now 3-0. It almost looked like the identical pitch that the home plate umpire called for a strike against Shoke. Or check that against Geetap.
Against Geetap is right. So now 3-0.
Have to think Irwin's taking here. 3-0 pitch at the knees for a strike off the fastball there from Newmeyer. Count out 3-1.
Yeah, he was going to be taking all the way no matter what. Have to, because you need runners.
Now the 3-1 on the way, and that ball fouled off by Andrew Irwin. Count out full of 3-2.
And Irwin really just needs to put the ball in play somewhere. Hopefully on the right side of the infield to advance Shoke over there to third base, but just put it in play.
Payoff pitch, called strike 3. And Irwin goes down for the third time in this game, and now 2 outs. Here in this bottom of the 6th inning with Connellsville leading Laurel Highlands 2-1, and Nick Crouch coming to the plate. Mustangs looking for the timely hitting here late.
Yeah,
and now they're going to run Senofani with 2 outs here for the catcher Shoke and allow him to put on some gear. And Senofani, of course, plenty of speed.
Yeah, Senofani got stranded last time he ran for Shoke. Got stranded at third base in that 4th inning.
See what Nick Crouch can do now for the Mustangs. First pitch, Newmeyer to Crouch, missed there for ball 1.
Well, one thing that it would do is if Crouch gets a hit here and Senofani's able to score, it's going to take him off the hook.
Yes, it would. Opportunity to help his own cause. 1-0 pitch and a big-time cut there from Crouch fouling it off to even up the count at 1-1. Got a busy week next week. We'll have softball for you on Monday. Laurel Highlands and Elizabeth Forward at 4. LH and EF meet here on the Diamond Tuesday at 4, and then more softball on Thursday. Laurel Highlands taking on West Mifflin. TJ DeStefano and Nick Barczyk will have all 3 games for you here on WMBS, all on the YouTube page. Tuesday's game also on the radio as well. Another one missing there to Crouch.
Got to say hi to my buddy Ronnie Conchilla, who's listening to us today.
That one low and outside to Nick. And the count now 3-1. Good spot here for Crouch, who again walked and scored. The Mustangs only run back in the 3rd inning, grounded out 6-3 in the 4th as the Mustangs complete their 3rd trip through the lineup.
I'm going to come out and try to settle Newmeyer down a little bit. Really hasn't pitched bad. He's got 4 strikeouts in, 2 innings of work. So he's done a nice job in relief of Chris Johnson, who started out, only gave up the 1 run to the Mustangs.
It's been a tight 2-1 game.
Yeah.
Falcons struck first, went up 1-0. Mustangs answered back, and then the solo home run, the difference so far, leading off the top of the 4th, Caden Matthews over the left center field wall. That's where we're at right now. Now Crouch back in the batter's box against a 3-1 count from Newmeyer to Crouch. 2 outs here in the inning. And Senofani running for Shoke over at second. 3-1 pitch here, a fastball off the plate for ball 4. And the runner going, Senofani sliding into third safely. Wow, his right zone.
That was risky, very risky, but unbelievable. He was safe. It was a closer play than it should have been. Yeah.
Crouch will run. Of course, they can't pull him out now because he's not the pitcher.
Correct. And that's the first walk issued there by Newmeyer.
Let's see how aggressive Crouch gets here, trying to get down to second base with Milsom now at the plate. Milsom he's 0 for 3 so far this afternoon.
Crouch is running first pitch.
He's going to stay. First pitch to Milsom. Misses outside for ball 1.
Interesting.
So you have Senofani over at third, representing the game tying run, and Crouch over at first. The go-ahead run here for Laurel Highlands in a tight game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0 pitch to Milsom. Big cut there, but fouls it back to even up the count at 1-1.
Kind of surprised they're not running him.
Milsom now 2 for 9 so far this season. Came into the game 2 for 6. But 0 for 3 so far this afternoon, certainly do.
Well, but 2 shots out to left field, though. I mean, he hit the ball hard the first 2 times up.
Throw over to first and Crouch back safely.
Crouch was close there. He's got a pretty decent lead. Had to dive back in to get there. And a pretty good move there by Newmeyer as well.
Count 1-1 to Aiden Milsom. Alexander Newmeyer, once again, they'll check Crouch.
If I'm Nick, I'm keeping that same size lead. I'm going to make Newmeyer throw it over because he makes another throw like that, it might be in right field. And you might
never
have
know.
this tie game up right off the bat.
You never know. Now fakes the throw to third, fakes the throw to first, didn't release at all.
Yeah, that's
You're allowed to do that in the high school game. I don't know why.
Yeah, can't do it anywhere else.
Count still 1-1. Brings the heat here with a ball hit on the ground to Johnson at short. Makes the throw over to second to get the out they need to Zawislin, who was covering the bag. So the 6-4 fielder's choice ends the inning. Retires Milsom, and we're still sitting at 2-1. Connellsville over Laurel Highlands after 6 here on the C. Arparada Group High School Sports Day.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas. Open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
That sneeze was in a different zip code, and I still felt the germs.
Relax, Randy. I went to Montgomery Medical. I'm fully shielded.
Like a flu shot?
Flu, COVID, the works. If you haven't caught up on your shots yet, they'll get you sorted in minutes. It's basically a suit of armor, but with less clanking. Then do the double shot. After Montgomery Medical, head over to Renew You MediSpa. I got their immunity IV drip.
A MediSpa?
You relax, you hydrate, and you give your immune system a VIP upgrade.
Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Hitters 2, 3, and 4 due up for Connellsville to start this top half of the 7th inning. First pitch swinging there. Ground ball back to the pitcher from Newmeyer, but the Mustangs make the play. Johns over to Vecchiola for the first down of the inning.
John, and I'll tell you what, that was a tough play for Johns because he's fallen off to the left side of the mound where that ball was drug over to the right side. So he did a nice job getting over there and a nice little toss to Vecchiola for the first out.
And now Lincoln Keller will come to the plate. Keller 1 for 3, had the infield single back in the 3rd inning. John's first pitch here to Keller, in for a strike, counted 0-1.
Yeah, John's great job in relief so far. Only 1 strikeout, but has only given up 1 hit as well.
Now the 0-1, swing and a miss, and now 2 strikes here on Lincoln Keller.
You know, the Mustangs, 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning in their effort to tie this game up and possibly with a little walk-off win, hopefully, Brian.
And Connell's looking for a little insurance here in the top half of the inning. And there's a little check swing, again going back in John's direction. A little underhand scoop over to Vecchiola for the second out of this top half of the 7th inning. So back-to-back outs, Tony. Recorded 1-3 and quickly 2 away here in the top of the 7th with Graydon Hodge coming to the plate.
Well, Jack will take that any point in time just to get those kind of outs right there. Just a couple little flares that didn't make it out even 60 feet, and 2 nice plays there by Jack Johns.
Now Graydon Hodge coming to the plate. Hodge first pitch swinging, fouls it off. And for the Mustangs, Tony, looking ahead to the bottom half of the 7th inning, you'll have Lyon, Vecchiola, and Morgan due up. Hitters 2, 3, and 4.
Right. Yeah. Get Jack Johns here to get his second 1-2-3 inning.
A 1 pitch in the dirt evens up the count at 1-1.
So Jack came in relief of Nick Crouch, who threw 4 innings. Jack now with 2 2/3.
Set to go now with the 1-1. Fastball high. Count moves to 2-1.
Jack, a little frustrated himself there off of that pitch, but still doing a nice job.
Deep breath from Johns. 2-1 pitch on the way. Fastball hit high in the air to left. Charging is Censure, and he couldn't hang on. Kind of ran through that one. Going to call that E7, Tony?
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to give that one an error. That's the first error of the game.
Yeah, on either side.
Yeah.
Allows Hodge to reach base safely, and we'll see if that comes back to bite the Mustangs. I have a courtesy runner coming on here for Connellsville to be Jet Dunaway, number 11.
Number 11.
Well, you would think with that kind of name, he's got to have a little bit of speed
you
on
think
the base pass. Yeah.
I don't think he's any relation to our buddy Dave Dunaway.
No.
Dave doesn't have any speed, so.
I know. If it came to me, if they were calling it by speed, they'd be calling me dump truck or something like that. But
Dave's not that slow, is he?
Not Dave. Me.
Oh,
I'm
you.
saying
I
me.
said
No.
I said the last name Dunaway.
No.
I thought you said he's.
No.
Dave's like a dump truck.
No, I said if I had a nickname, that was my speed.
He gives the whistling at the plate. Still a 2-1 Connellsville lead, but they have a base runner on now in Jet Dunaway.
Actually, it could even been Anchor. It would have been even better than that.
I think you were quick, though, back in the day, weren't you? I see some of those high school baseball pictures of you. You looked pretty slim and slender.
Yeah, but that still doesn't mean I could run. I was still slow. Yeah. But
I'd like to see some of the archives of those old games with you playing anywhere. Maybe Billy Dice can dig some of those up in his old.
We didn't. There was nobody watched baseball back then. No, there was no broadcasts or anything like that.
Jason Taylor said they'd be black and white.
Yeah, they would be. You'd have to turn the crank to watch them.
So whistling with a swing and a miss, comes up empty again. Quickly 2 strikes on him as Johns tries to close things out. We had those old projector films.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember home movies when I was a kid. They had the projectors. You put them up on the wall. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. So the Mustangs get out of the inning with no damage done. They'll have 3 outs left to work with it. Hitters 2, 3, and 4 coming up, needing a run to at least continue this game as we go to the bottom of the 7th here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Day.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill and Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and Save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Go to Ford of Uniontown and trade me in.
Dominic Carbone with Jessica Carengla with your 7-time President Award-winning Ford of Uniontown. Truck Month is on the horizon, and we're kicking this thing off with a bang. Running all the way to the end of March, and we're talking massive savings.
How massive?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Take up to $8,000 off select F-150s or $6,000 off with interest rates at 2.9 for 60 months, 3.9 for 72, and only 4.9 for 84 months.
And that's not all. We got deals on Super Duties, Mavericks, and Rangers. Just stop, click, or call for details. Here at Ford of Uniontown, our commitment is to make sure you have the best experience, not only buying a vehicle, but getting it serviced as well. That's why we offer online maintenance appointments and free pickup and delivery.
Your truck knows, shouldn't you? That's Ford of Uniontown, on the hill across from Applebee's. 724-425-5980 or FordofUniontown.com.
Price excludes taxes and transfer fees, must finance with Ford credit, and not all buyers will qualify.
Noah Lyon leading up the bottom half of the 7th inning. First pitch, check swing foul from Lyon. Count 0-1. Again, hitters 2, 3, and 4. Lyon, Vecchiola, and Morgan. Big spot here for the Mustangs. Down to their final 3 outs, down 2-1. Facing Xander Newmeyer, whose 0-1 pitches a breaking ball. Again, fouled off by Lyon, and the count moves to 0-2.
Yeah, Lyon fought off that inside pitch there, just fouled it back a little bit. And you're right, the Mustangs looking to get this leadoff runner on, tie this game up, and possibly get a little walk-off win, as we said.
Now the 0-2 pitch, Newmeyer to Lyon, misses low and outside. Count moves to 1-2. For you folks on the radio side, Doug Saltzman coming up next. We'll have live video, of course, on the WMBS Facebook page. Fish show going until 9 o'clock tonight with no local sports this evening. And the 1-2 pitch misses outside again. We're even at 2-2, so nobody out. Bottom of the 7th inning, Mustangs down 2-1 to Connellsville. Trying to start a little rally here down to their final 3 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Well, Noah Lyon with the only RBI so far for the Mustangs.
But comes up empty here. Swing and a miss at the 2-2. And Lyon goes down, and now 1 out here in the home half of the 7th. Mustangs down to their final 2 outs.
5th strikeout recorded by Newmeyer since he came in relief of Johnson.
No, for the Mustangs.
And all 4 pitchers that have pitched in this game, Tony, have done a fantastic job. Johnson and Newmeyer on the Connellsville side, Crouch and Johns for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it really has been a well-pitched game.
And now Vecchiola at the plate. First pitch to Sevi. Takes strike 1. Remember, Sevi last year, Tony, 4 home runs. Batted .425, 10 RBIs. And a solo shot here would certainly give the Mustangs some life and would knock this game up at 2.
And you know he would love to tie this game up right now on his first home run of the year.
He calls time in the batter's box. And behind Vecchiola, you'll have the freshman Morgan, who's been on base twice in 3 plate appearances. Next pitch here to Sevi inside, or 1-1 on the count.
I'm not so sure Sevi's going to see a whole lot of good stuff here. Probably going to try to make him chase. You don't want to throw him a groove fastball. There's no doubt about that. He can turn on it quickly.
1-1 to Vecchiola. That's a breaking ball low. Moves the count now to 2-1.
Yeah, Sevi. Senior year. Hard to believe.
Next pitch misses high and inside. Mustangs trying to get back to the WPIAL playoffs for the first time since 2023 when they lost to Indiana in the first round. Missed out in both 2024 and last year. And Vecchiola with a rip here into left field. Jaden Mickens charging on, but it's a 1-out single for Sevi Vecchiola, and the Mustangs have the game-tying run now at first base.
Yeah, and a good shot there by Sevi. Just a nice, smooth swing and a beautiful line drive right there. And you can see he's starting to come alive a little bit. 2 hits in his last 2 at-bats, as we said, started out a little slow, 0 for 5, but right now finding the groove.
Mustangs maybe an opportunity for a walk-off win, Tony?
I would hope so.
Freshman Ramari Morgan at the plate. He looks like he has plenty of pop batting from the left side.
Well, I'd like to see him pull something here on the right side. Ooh, that was close.
Throw over to first. Vecchiola head first, slide back safely.
You know, he might have got a little gift there because I thought he had the foot of Keegan Lott there instead of the bag.
Morgan set to go, runner going, pitch misses, and Vecchiola in a scoring position with no throw.
Well, big at bat here for Kamari Morgan. Now you're going to have the infield playing straight up. That hole's been closed now on the right-hand side, but Morgan looking to bring Vecchiola in here to tie the game up.
Ramari Morgan, a big cut there, swing and a miss.
Yeah, he pulled his head there a little bit. He was trying to hit that one down to Rockwell, down to Census, I guess.
Vecchiola about a 2.5 step lead off a second. 1 out in the inning. Mustangs down 2-1, down to their final 2 outs. And Morgan just a little check swing, but a little, actually, a nubber off the end of the bat going into foul territory. Now 2 strikes on Ramari Morgan.
Yeah, you already got 1 down. Noah Lyon, the 5th strikeout victim for Newmeyer to start the inning.
Cade Sencher due up next. The 2 strikes here on Morgan, has to protect the plate. Alexander Newmeyer set to go. 2-strike pitch. Morgan comes up empty. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the freshman goes down as Newmeyer comes through again. And now 2 outs here in the inning, and Cade Sencher certainly due coming to the plate. Tony, he's 0 for 3 so far today.
Yeah, came in 3 for 4, but struggled at the plate. Struck out a couple times and flew out to center field.
As the Mustangs down to their final outs. Newmeyer, first pitch here to Sencher, fouled off. Remember, you have the game-tying run, though, in scoring position at second base.
The Mustangs have left 9 men on base so far in this contest.
It certainly made a difference in a 2-1 game.
Yeah. Only have 6 hits on the day, but 9 men left on.
Now Newmeyer with the 0-1 to Cade Sencher. Pitch on the way, finds the strike zone again, a little movement. On a sneaky little pitch there with a little velocity on it as well, Tony. We're sitting at 0-2.
Yeah, Sencher got to protect here. Can't take anything close.
Newmeyer looking for his 3rd strikeout of this bottom half of the 7th inning. And the 2-strike pitch is high and inside. Newmeyer solid in relief of Chris Johnson, who got the start for Connellsville. Newmeyer trying to close it out here.
And they're trying to keep Vecchiola close. Ooh.
Breaking ball just missed outside.
Oof.
It was close.
Yeah, the Connellsville bench was kind of jumping up and down a little bit there. Thought it was closer than that.
Count now even at 2-2 to the Mustangs sophomore Cade Sencher. Newmeyer glance back at second. 2-2 pitch here. Fastball on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that'll do it. So Alexander Newmeyer coming through in the clutch. Some big pitches in that bottom half of the 7th inning, striking out Sencher to end it. And Connellsville improves to 2-1. Laurel Highlands drops to 0-3, and it's a 2-1 win for the Falcons over the Mustangs. Back to tell you all about it right after this here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and YouTube Live.
For funeral services from pre-need to at-need, burial or cremation, call Gates Funeral Home and Crematory, located at 136 North Gallatin Avenue in a beautifully restored historic home. Family owned and operated by Rick Gates, former Brownsville resident and Guyville alumni, the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory offers warmth, convenience, affordability, and ample parking. With a knowledgeable funeral director and compassionate staff, the Gates family and the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory are ready to assist you.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
Your health is the most important thing to you. When you need physical therapy, find the best clinic to serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasick has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler's from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
Hi, come on in. How are you?
For personal, professional health care you can trust, see Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozak, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris. Proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hartley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org.
Or serving number 3,944.
Brian Morozak and Tony Hanula wrapping things up here from Landman Field at Laurel Highlands High School, where the Connellsville Falcons improved to 2-1 on the season. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs dropping to 0-3. Falcons win it over the Mustangs 2-1. Here's Tony Hanula with your game recap.
All right. For the Connellsville Falcons, they scored 2 runs on 8 hits, no errors, and they left 9 men on base. On the other side, for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, 1 run on 6 hits, 1 error, and the Mustangs left 10 men on base here today. The only RBI today for the Mustangs, Noah Lyon. He drove in Nick Crouch in the 3rd inning with a single to score the only run for the Mustangs. On the other side, for the Connellsville Falcons, you had Graydon Hodge, who singled in Chris Johnson in the 1st inning, and the winning run was plated by Caden Matthews, who hit a solo home run in the 4th inning to lead off the 4th inning for the Falcons. So the Mustangs and the Connellsville Falcons played a pretty nice game, good-looking baseball game here today, Brian, but just not a whole lot of hitting and pretty good pitching by both teams.
Okay, Connellsville returns to action coming up on Monday. They'll have a 2-game series with the Montour Spartans. Laurel Highlands will open up their conference play against Elizabeth Forward on the road Monday, taking on EF, and then here at home Tuesday. You can listen to Tuesday's game and watch it both on the WNBS YouTube page and here on the radio. We'll have EF LH softball for you Monday on WNBS YouTube at 4 o'clock. And then we'll have the Laurel Highlands softball team in action against West Mifflin as well Thursday at 4 o'clock. 3 games on our platforms next week, all with TJ DeStefano and Nick Barczyk. And, Tony, I won't see you for about, 12 or 13 days.
Yeah, I think you got a nice little trip planned, so good for you. Have a good time. I know that. Enjoy. Hit them straight, too, Brian.
And we will try. So, again, your final score here today, 2-1. The Connellsville Falcons knocking off the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Thanks to both TJ DeStefano and Bill Madden. Back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. Carl Childs behind the camera and our YouTube live video feed. My broadcast partner, Tony Hanula. I'm Brian Morozak. And have yourselves a pleasant good evening. Again, stay tuned. Doug Saltzman on the way next. Your final score here from from Landman Field here at Laurel Highlands High School. The Connellsville Falcons 2 and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs 1. So, everybody.
You've been listening to coverage of high school spring sports here on